travel to a faraway jungle to find the source, each having their own reasons. Welcome to the Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Right, guys. Well then, let me just say welcome back for another session. We are now in episode 13. Amazing. Bear with me one. There we go. I think I'm sorted. Okay. I'm recording. Okay, so let's turn some music off and let's get this party started. So, welcome back, folks. For the last 3 weeks, you've been trekking through the jungle, searching for the source of the curse you learnt originated in Chult. The curse not only slowly claims the lives of those who have been resurrected, but it also prevents any resurrections. Most recently, you stormed Firefinger to recover Azaka's family mask. On leaving, you came across a flamboyant but down on his luck priest by the name of Ponty. Betrayed by his guide, Henrik, Ponty was left tied to a post and covered in honey for entering a Batari camp. You rescued him and allowed him to tag along until he found his way back to civilization, while you set out for Ruku Outpost, a repository containing a valuable wealth of treasure guarded by a deadly trap. In the deep jungle, covered in soot and vines, and slowly being swallowed by the jungle, you came upon the outpost. Even before entering the clearing, you could hear the dead groaning while walking around between the tower and the keep. Clearing the grounds of the zombies, you entered the keep building, despite Yelena reaching out her divine senses and detecting a massive undead in the vicinity, both above and below you. The floors covered in mud and water, the wooden doors on the ground floor swollen by the rains and stuck fast. You entered the keep, found a stairwell, making your way upstairs while looking for a painting and the first half of the password required to deactivate the trap. On the second floor, you spotted the painting, hanging on a wall in a dark, run-down, overgrown room. Knowingly surrounded by the walking dead, Vargo cautiously made his way into the room, only to alert the slumbering skeletons to his presence. And this is where we begin our next session. I need everybody to please roll initiative, and Yelena, I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong one.
That's okay, you haven't popped into the combat yet. And let us... some jungle-themed music. Right, the skeletons roll an 11. And Yelena, your perception check with a 4. Just as your divine sense was waning, slowly disappearing, you were sure that you could detect some kind of a pulsing evil emanating outwards from the keep. Just a faint burst. Bear with me. Just a faint burst, almost like a ripple on the surface of the ground. And sure enough, as soon as combat starts and these skeletons rise, you feel it just tickling at the edges of your periphery. Only this time, it doesn't. You didn't need your divine sense to trigger it. Okay. Right. Dusted Coal at the top of the round. Over to you, sir.
Dustin is a little lost in this. I didn't expect him to get this rough a roll, but let's see here.
So yeah, basically, as Fargo goes in, you can hear the sounds of bones clickety clickety rising up, and you know combat has started. What are you going to do for your action and your turn?
Can I just confirm the door? If I just look at the door, I know they are both open into the room, right?
Correct.
Well, the commotion seems worst from the north, so Dustin's gonna lean his shoulder into it and try to push into it. Push into the northern room.
So you're going to try and open the door to the north.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a strength check for me, please.
That's a 15.
Okay, so let's say it's a bonus action to unstick a door. No, let's not. You put your shoulder to the door and you try it. And as you rattle the handle and push your shoulder to it, the lock sort of just pops off the door and it bursts inwards. And as it does, I think we can go with a square, yes. Do you notice the room? Yeah. That's about right. Let's do this. The room opens up into a 20-foot wide, 25-foot long area with a small corner going around the side behind you. Oh, that hasn't revealed itself, has it?
No, but there's some orange underlayer that I can now see.
Sorry.
But I don't know what that is.
I think it's an aura.
Yeah, I was drawing instead of going defog. There we go. As the room opens inside, roll a perception check for me, please.
Let's see if I... 20.
Wow. Okay. Glaring into the dark as the light from... it was Lunan's shield lights up immediately, what you can see rising out of the undergrowth. Oh, that one's been revealed. And that one as well. 2 skeletons. Which seem to have been slumped inside the bushes, hidden away. You can see the rustling of movement, and piercing through your eyes, you notice that both of them are slowly standing up and getting prepared to come towards you.
Yeah. They don't come as prone at the moment, right? Correct. Because they have been roused. Okay.
Yeah.
But Dustin is gonna.
And with that roll, you also hear the similar movement of creaking bones from behind you, behind the other door.
Now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over here, and if I use my action to open the door, I'm just gonna use not second wind, but action surge.
No, like I'll say you used maybe a bonus action. The door actually didn't
All right.
require a full action to open. You were already there as well.
Smacking. Well, that didn't help.
Okay. So you go charging into the room, and as you do, you swing your hammer upwards, just as the skeleton is rising, and you whiff air, hitting nothing.
When I have already used my action surge when we fought the zombies. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh well.
Is that your turn?
Yes, let's go with that.
All right. Then next up is Vargo, closely followed by Yelena.
Yeah, Margot's just gonna firebolt the one closest to him.
Okay, the one directly to the east.
Yep.
As you turn to have a look, you notice that he is carrying a bow.
Ooh, alright. Yeah, no, that doesn't change the
Okay.
plan. Still, firebolts the one closest.
All right, go ahead.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Then it takes 5 fire damage.
Ooh, 5 points.
That one.
Nice. Okay. Firebolt flies across the room and surges into it. Poof. The flames hit it. It looks like it has taken some damage.
And Barco will stay there.
Okay. Yelena, it is your turn.
Does the other one, the one,
The other one in the room.
the other one in the room have a bow or a bow?
He is also carrying a bow.
Oh god, now there goes my plan. um, yeah, she's just gonna. I'm just quickly checking. I think yeah, it's within 5 foot. Never mind. She'll just go up to here and then here and attack this guy.
Okay. So you move into combat with the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, an 18. That definitely hits.
Oh, yeah. I'm just waiting for it to roll the damage. It's being a bit
Slow.
slow. It keeps crashing.
I was so worried that you were going to say, "Oh, that doesn't hit." Like the way that you paused for that. Like, okay.
Oh, it didn't roll the damage.
Oh, you've just reconnected to the server, so
Yeah.
try re-rolling again.
Hold on. Taking a bit to open up my sheet. Should probably put it in Chrome because Firefox is not as good as Chrome for this.
Oh, you're playing in Firefox.
Yeah. Usually it's pretty okay, but okay, it definitely didn't do it. Damn, that was so close to being a 6.
Oh my
that's
lord,
nice.
9! Wow, your sword shot whizzes through the air as it cleaves the skeleton in half, and a pile of bones falls to the ground, and the bowstring gets snapped as your sword passes through him. Unbelievable. That is a good roll. Okay. Wow. What next?
She'll just move in front of Argo to I guess act as some kind of shield. Oh, I can't move my token at the moment, but I'll move it when when it stops crashing. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. In which case, that brings us to the skeletons, and the first one has already aimed his sights on Vargo, so he's going to take aim. But as Yelena moves in front of you, Vargo, what's your AC?
18.
18 plus 2 for Yelena, who's giving you cover. So I'll give you a 20, but if I roll an 18, then I may hit our shield Yelena. But I get a 20. Oh, 20
All right.
hits. And you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Dusted. The other skeleton moves in over there. Both of them are going to attack you with their short swords. The first one gets a natural one. He definitely fumbles. Which leaves him open to an attack next round, so you get advantage on your attack with him. The second one gets a 17.
That misses. I have 18 with my shield.
Wow, okay. And as that takes place as well, Lunan, the door opens, and as it does, a skeleton steps into the corridor over here. Let's reveal. I guess you'd be able to see so much. Yeah. Okay. Next up then is Valrus, followed by Lunan. Oh,
Yeah.
you know. Mm-hmm.
I'll try and use frostbite on the one behind Lunan to give it disadvantage on its attacks.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a 15 con save.
A 15 con save.
Yeah.
And he rolls an 8.
Perfect. That's 5 damage as well then.
Oh, 5 points of damage? You're killing me. Okay. Anything else?
He's going to take a step away from the doorway.
I think
That's
the skeleton has disadvantage in his next attack.
Yeah.
Ah. Good job. Okay, so you're moving one way that way.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool beans. In which case it brings us up to Lunan.
So, trying to figure out the situation here, would you say that all the 4 skeletons visible to us are visible to Lunan? Like, are within range so he sees them?
Three of them definitely. You can probably not see the one in front of Dusted, only because the door is blocking it, but you can see the one to Dusted's left. And you can see the one in the room Yarlena is in, and obviously the one behind you.
So, what Dusted will do is getting a bit. Or no, I will not. I will just cast Toll Undead on the one in front of me.
Okay, so you turn to face him, and you cast Toll Undead. Toll the Dead.
It's Toll the Dead. Wisdom saving throw.
He gets a 5. He is already
can take-
damaged, so
Oh, he was?
yep.
True.
So it's
Then I will reroll.
D12, isn't it? But well, mind
Yeah.
you, you've already rolled 8, so you can roll a D4 if you want to keep the 8. I'll allow that.
Sure thing.
Why not? Given that you just rolled a full 8, she's like, okay. As the bells ring out, it's not Christmas time, it's time for death. And Toll the Dead kills that skeleton.
Nice.
Let's just double check. Yes. Alright. Movement.
I wanna take a look proper into the room.
Alright, so you see Dusted Coal is about to be flanked. Oh, and then you move
This
into the
room.
base room below you. Okay.
Yeah.
I may as well reveal it all now. There you go.
Then, since I see it's clear, I will move. So I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like
Okay.
so. I'm done.
Right. Then towards the end of the round, oh, I do say, Valris, was it? What's going on?
We're surrounded by skeletons.
Need any help?
There's... Well, if you can offer some. There's one to the room next to me. And I shift out of the way.
Alright, so he moves into the room. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to move straight in front of it, and he is going to attack the skeleton. Let me just add him to the combat tracker as a 2. He moves at the end. Alright, and he swings his mace at the skeleton and gets a 13. I believe that should hit. Just. Okay. So, swinging his mace down, he cracks the skeleton on the chest. It manages to take damage, and he rolls, and you hear as some of the bones crack. It looks like a heavy impact, but he's using a mace, and it just doesn't seem to be as much damage as you think. None of the bones break off. You just hear some of them cracking. I may as well show you his roll.
Rattle bones.
And then, Lunan, as that takes place, Azaka moves into the room as well over there. Let's add her to the combat tracker. She's on a 1. Right. The start of the next round, just before you manage to go, Dusted, you hear an incredible howling sound coming from upstairs. That turns into like a roar.
Oh god.
It doesn't sound as loud as that, but it's definitely something that is not human.
And not happy.
And Dusted, as you are about to make your move, you then hear some similar cries from just above you, in the room above you. All right. It is then Dusted Coal, followed by Vargo, round 2.
Well, I have advantage to hit this because it got out of position a little bit, so I'm going to try to swing that.
Okay.
A 14 hits.
14 does hit.
So that is 4 bludgeoning and 1 radiant.
1 point of radiant damage. Okay. That is the first damage it took, and you can swear that the hammer struck it harder than it normally did, but it seemed to have shrugged off a little bit of that damage that you did to it. But as soon as the radiant damage sparks, you hear it shriek in pain. Is that your turn?
Yeah, and it's also marked because I I hit it. So it's marked. If it attacks anyone else than me, it has disadvantage.
Okay, so then he has got, let's see. Well, he's already got disadvantage. Alright. Then next up is Vargo.
Yep, Vargo will just move over there and fire again. A firebolt.
At the skeleton below.
Correct.
Alright, roll your damage, sir.
And fail, I think.
That definitely flies wide. It misses completely, exploding into the ceiling as it... Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Alright, Yalena, it is your turn. You're up.
Oh god, Ponty. She's just gonna run in and attack this guy with her scimitar.
Alright, as you come running up next to him, Ponty looks at you. Oh, I do say, dear lady, go ahead! What?
Important question. Are you attacking Ponty or the skeleton?
Skeleton, she's trying her hardest not to attack Ponty.
Alright.
With a mighty swing, you manage to cleave into the skeleton as well. That has been slightly damaged by Ponty the Magnificent. Alright, and with the sword you do the 1 damage plus the 5 modifier, 6 points. Lovely. Alright, the skeleton hollow skull where eyes would have been turns, and if it could have eyebrows they'd raise as it looks at you glaringly with the big dark black holes. It hisses at you. Is that your go?
Yeah, she looks pretty taken aback when it hisses at her.
Alright.
But she'll hiss back at it.
Excellent. As you hiss back, go on, let's hiss. The skeleton drops its short bow and draws a short sword, Yarlena, and is going to attack you. As it pulls out its rusted short sword from its scabbard, it lunges forward straight towards your belly button and gets an 11.
That misses.
Completely.
I was just out there, then I did hiss back, but it didn't come through the microphone.
Alright, so too much hissing and not enough action from the skeleton. It misses you completely. Moving on to the next one then, Dusted, the one in front of you, decides to go for you. And it gets a 12.
That's a miss.
Alright, the one next to you also goes for you as well. And it, geez, like it gets a 7.
That's a miss.
Alright, then, Valrus, I need you to roll a perception check for me, please. Seeing
I was
as
going
you're
to
closest.
try and figure out where the noise was coming from anyways. Let's see. Oh, decent.
As you are standing there, you watch a Zaka steam past you and you hear Yalena and then another hiss back in greeting. And you hear footfall, like footsteps from above you, coming down the walkway, the spiral staircase. There is definitely something coming towards you. Multiple footsteps. Based on the count that Yalena made with her divine senses and that roll of 16, you'd guess there is maybe half a dozen.
Half a dozen?
Yes.
What is that, like 6 of them then?
6 or so, yeah.
Yeah, you'd say it sounds like there's at least 6 creatures coming down.
I'll go up to the doorway and sort of yell out, I think there's like 6 more coming from upstairs. Should we run?
Hey, you talking to me? Where we are going to run to?
Down, out the keep.
And Azaka looks
Also,
around.
Yarlena and the Vargo and the third one as well.
Yelena, Vargo, and the third one. You're talking to them.
Them as well, yes.
Ponty hasn't reacted or heard you, but everyone else can hear you, so I don't know if they have got an opinion.
You want us to what?
There's more coming from upstairs.
Oh, we killed them all anyway.
I like that.
Oh, good
Bargo
show.
will probably say. Bargo will probably say, "Let's go together, all together to a room, quick."
Alright. I'll then. I don't know where they're gonna move. I'm just gonna go into the doorway and cast mirror image in preparation.
Yes.
As you're moving and preparing mirror image, you hear sounds coming from up the stairs. Anything else?
No.
Alright then, in which case it is Lunan.
And I will continue tolling. This time, the upper one.
Okay, he is damaged as well.
Yep.
He rolls a 14.
And the DC is 15.
So he fails.
And gets 4 damage. Necrotic.
4 necrotic damage. Alright, he is definitely looking bloodied. He's taken some damage, alright. Anything else?
No, I think I will just hold my position.
Alright. Then after you is Ponty, followed by Azaka. And Ponty's still got his mace in his hand, and he's like, "Oh, you die, skeleton Mac ribs!" And he is going to swing his mace. And he gets a 20. That is pretty good. He rolls 6 points of bludgeoning, and he is going to expend a spell slot. And he is going to do an additional 16 points of radiant damage. And
Nice.
and as he does
A
that,
paladin.
you notice
Alright.
him swinging overhand. "You die, Skelly Mac ribs!" Bang! As the mace strikes the skeleton. From his hand, it just seems to glow yellow and white and shoot into the head of the mace. And as it does, the skeleton shatters. Ping, ding, ding, ding. All the bones seem to fall on the ground. And without even a hiss, the skeleton is dead. And he turns to Yarlena. "Not bad, Bluey. I do say. Oh, I do say." And he is then going to take his movement and stand in between Valrus and Azaka. Azaka is going to move into the room next to Dusted Coal and Lunan. Would you like some help?
Yes, please.
Much appreciated.
Sure, no problem. And as she moves forward, she pulls out her scimitar. And she gets 2 attacks. So she gets an 11 and a 22. And she does 4 points of slashing damage. Alright. Right. Let me first, at the top of the round then. Oh, that's a good one.
That looks terrifying. Well, there's 2 of them. 3.
What do they have in their mouths?
Flesh.
It looks like a limb of some kind. Yeah.
Dead puppies.
Flesh. As they come down the stairwell, growling and groaning, they move inside to the room. And just behind them as well,
Hmm.
Holy fuck.
another figure as well. Almost walking on all fours, the one at the back. Valrus and Ponty are the only ones that really can see what is going on. But Valrus, you see these awful undead kind of creatures that come marching down. Let me see if I can send this up to the... I can't send it, can I? That's a bit oof. It is a creature that looks like the body has been lying out in the middle of the wilderness for days on end. It's slightly bloated in places. The dead veins have risen to the surface of the skin. Bugs have eaten most of the flesh, or any of like the bits that seem to be dropping off. And as it moves, you can smell what smells like rotting meat. As you notice, the bits of flesh that are falling off are actually maggots falling out of the holes inside the body as it slowly comes closer and moves towards Ponty, and the first one is going to attack Ponty.
Charming.
And with incredible speed, it actually leans forward and tries to bite him and then attack him with its claws. And all 3 just managing to miss. As the second one moves in behind the room and the third one moves in towards the doorway and just manages to get a claw attack with a 19. And hits Ponty with some slashing damage as the blood splatters and flies across the room and back in towards where you're standing. Ponty takes 9 points of damage, and unfortunately he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Wow. Which he makes with a 19 plus 1. Aha! Take that, you bastard! Okay, so now we're in combat round 3. Dusted Cole, it is your turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
You hear Ponty shouting out from behind you, "Take that, you bastard." Otherwise, you don't know what is going on behind you.
Yeah, at the moment, Dustin is just concerned with the skeleton being close to Lunan and Soraka. So he's going to attack the one to his west.
You're going to attack the one to your
To his
left.
To my west or left. Yeah.
All right. So
I'm not doing well tonight.
oh, that's a whiff. as the warhammer flies past the undead. Anything else?
No, he's still not quite sure what's going on about behind him, so he's still just holding these two occupied.
Okay. Vargo, you. What light source are you? What light source are you carrying?
I think someone casted light on my shield.
No,
That's
you
correct.
took out uh, what's it called?
Torch?
A torch.
Oh, correct.
Okay,
In my shield, it's a torch. Yeah, I consume it. Correct.
okay, so you're not carrying your shield, or are you carrying your torch and shield?
Torch and shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're casting your firebolt, I suppose your shield is one-handed, really, isn't it? So you can use that to cast as well. All right, but the point is there is light in this room, so everyone else is using normal vision. I wonder. Okay, Ponty then is in dim light. Right. It is your turn then.
Actually, you have a good point. I cannot use Firebolt with both in my hands. Oh, yeah. Alright. What I will do will be move to there,
Mm-hmm.
see death, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and risk the attack of opportunity. Moving there.
Okay. So obviously you've got your shield up as well as you're moving through the other squares and the players. There is no attack of opportunity coming. I'm going to say you managed to move through combat without being attacked. Yeah.
Alright. I will drop.
In other words, the monster doesn't choose to attack you. He's going to save his reaction.
Alright. I will drop the torch in the ground.
Okay.
That that cannot cause a fire. I don't think. Not immediately, at least. All right. I will drop the shield.
I mean, you can roll a perception check for me.
Sure. 14.
Okay, so as you're moving through the combat, you see the ghoul who's about to take a swipe at you, electing not to hit you. And as you quickly move between Valrus and Ponty, you do pass a few empty torch sconces which are on the walls of this keep. If you wanted, you could pop one of your torches into one of the empty holders.
Sure, alright. Would that be my action, bonus action?
Let's call it a bonus action. It wouldn't be a full action. It's almost like dropping a torch, so almost, except
Alright.
as you're walking past, you're just aiming for the little hole, so...
I will do that, yeah.
Which means you still get an action.
Alright. And Vargo will use it to cast Bless on
Ooh.
Jarlena, Dusted, and himself.
Yes.
So that means I lose the detect magic I was concentrating on.
Correct, yes. And you already got my note about the detect magic.
Yeah, I did.
Good. Okay. So then Yelena. Let's see if I can add a marker. You are blessed. Dusted, you've added bless on already, and yourself. Okay, cool. In which case, next up is Yelena, closely followed by some undead.
Um, Hold on, just very quickly. I don't think. Okay. There's not really anywhere that. Actually, I'm gonna risk it, I think. She's gonna cast green flame blade.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible for me to move where Ponty is, do an attack, and then move away, like back one square? Is that okay? I know I'll take an attack opportunity, but
You mean you can pass between squares, but I don't recall anything saying that you can stop and make an attack as you're passing between two squares.
okay. I wasn't sure if I could or not, like do a attack on my way through, but she won't do green flame blade then, and she'll just cast frost, ray of frost at uh this one at the front.
Oh, okay.
And a bless.
Uh-huh.
So 15.
15 hits. As this creature, which almost seems to be on all fours, looks up. There it is. Finally.
Oh, it's an arm. All right.
Razor sharp teeth, jagged claws. It looks like it's waiting to eat Ponty in front. And you do 3 points of damage. Rare Frost is that? No.
I do
That was a
8.
D4. 8 points
Yeah.
of damage. Wow.
Yeah, so he's slowed. I think his movement speed is slowed by
10 feet.
10 feet. That's it.
Is it? Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Until I'll post its game on keys. Yeah.
Perfect.
And she'll just yell to Ponty, "You might want to move back. They look quite hungry."
Noted. Thank you. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, in which case it is the wonderful undead next. And the one that you have just hit is actually going to shoulder charge and try and push Ponty out of the way further towards Vargo. So he gets an 18. I'm going to make it a contested strength check. And Ponty rolls a 10. So
Do I move one more?
no, he's just shoved Ponty back 5 feet so that he can move in
All
front
right.
of the room and give the other one behind some room to come through. And once he's done that, he is then also going to move into the room over there. And while this is taking place, Valrus, what was your perception check before? You rolled a 16, didn't you?
I believe so, yes.
Standing where you are, as you watch the scene unfold, where one of these undead drops a shoulder and sort of rugby tackles Ponty forward, and then rolls between your legs into the room next to you. Behind him, you can see the other undead almost pointing and using his hands to direct the other three. Okay.
The one that's dead already. Or quote unquote dead.
They're all dead.
The big one is the big ones
I mean-
and the smaller ones.
Alright, let's move down to the skeletons then. and unfortunately, Dustin, it's just you. The skeleton in front, he gets a 10.
That doesn't hit now.
And the skeleton to your left rolls a 19 plus 4. He gets a 23.
And that hits.
Rusted short sword comes flying out in the brightness from the Lunan's shield as he does 5 points of piercing damage to you. Whack! Scrapes through the side of your armor and takes a small chunk out of your hip. And you can feel the rust bite into you. Definitely going to hurt in the morning. Okay. That is everyone's turn on this end. Valrus, you are up next, followed by Lunan.
Can I use good old reliable burning hands to target the 3 that are in front of me?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because it's through a doorway, or 2 doorways even.
The door is open. Let me just do this so you know. I guess I should have done it beforehand. The doors are obviously open in towards the wall closest to them.
Alright. Yes. It's kind of hard to center this one. Ooh.
You might hold down Alt and you can move it more freely, I think.
Ah, okay.
Which 3 are you
maybe
looking
I
to?
have to. Yeah,
sorry, it's control. It's control.
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
But you can adjust it as you like.
Well, the 3 that are essentially what it's covering right now.
Comes out from... Whoa. I would say the cone comes out a little bit... you can definitely get 3 of them.
Yeah.
The question is it going to be the red one, the blue one, and the guy at the back?
Sure.
Yeah?
More immediate threats, I guess.
Who keeps making circles? Someone looks like they're training up for a fireball.
I don't see the circle, that's the problem. I'm sorry.
So... Oh, I see what you mean, Valrus.
You have to hold down control to move it without sort of like
There we go.
having it clipped to the grid.
Yeah. Is that good for you?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so I believe you can go ahead and roll your damage if I can go ahead and roll my dex. Is that right? It's a dex save, isn't it?
Yes. It's a very boring roll.
That's okay, it's quite easy to... Oof.
Very, very middling.
Bear with me 1 second. I think I've... Arse. I think mine is crashing. Nope. Let me see if I can just roll here. 1, 2, 3. Come on, dang it. I wonder if I can... Okay. I'll have to roll for them individually then. So, alright, the one at the back gets an 18, and the two in the
Saves.
front, 13,
Fails.
and a 15.
Barely succeeds.
Okay, so,
If possible, I would like to quicken that then, using 2 sorcery points and cast frostbite on the one next to me that came into the room.
okay. How many sorcery points does that leave you with?
2.
Oh, I'm gonna have to make sure that I get you to use those by the end of this one.
Oh, no. No need.
Alright, so this guy takes full 10 points of damage.
Actually, Arlena might be able to deal with the one in the room, so I'll go with the one that's behind the one that got the full 10 points.
That's the one directly below you.
Yeah, so the one that's next to him, to the right.
Okay. Cool.
Right. That's another saving throw for Constitution.
A Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Right. A 1.
Perfect. He takes an additional 3 points.
Okay, so he has taken 8 altogether, and the one at the back has taken 5. The orchestra master. There we go. Cool. 3 points of damage. Anything else?
No. Just preparing for an attack.
Okay. Then next up is Valrus. No, sorry. After Valrus is Lunan.
I can go again.
So Lunan will try to move closer a bit and take a opportunity attack if that's what the creature chooses to do. And do you wish to do that?
Where are you going?
I moved from the square.
Oh,
He moved southeast, so he would have provoked the opportunity attack from the one to the west of me.
sorry. Yes, I will definitely have to have an attack at you then. And he rolls a 6. Oh, he misses his opportunity attack on you. As you
Lunan
combat.
carries it away with his shield and at the same time grabs hold of his holy symbol and at the top of his lungs screams for everyone to just go back to the graves they belong, casting divine
Channel Divinity.
Yeah. Channel Divinity. I think I copied the text for it in the chat, but I'm not sure
It must be turn undead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So turn undead.
You.
Every creature within 30 feet that sees or hears me, which in theory could include creatures upstairs as well, I don't know, will have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Remind me what your cleric subclass is?
Arcana.
You're an Arcana priest, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's fine. Because I know there's... Is it the Watcher that can't turn undead, but it can unturn, like, fiends and everything else?
No, that is the Arcana, but they can, like, turn everything. Like, both undead, fiends, anything.
I have 2 channel divinities, Arcane Abjuration and Turn Undead. I'm using Turn Undead.
Good. Right. Okay, so... The skeletons will get to roll. There's only 2 of them. You are not high enough level to destroy them, though, are you?
None of these will be destroyed. It's just to turn them.
He's not level 5 yet, so he cannot destroy anything.
Correct. Okay, so the skeletons roll a 17 and a 19. So the skeletons stay. What is your DC for that?
It's DC 15.
15. Okay, so but the skeletons make it. They are not affected. The creatures in front. Right. I'm going to roll for the one in front of Fargo, and they all get advantage on Channel Divinity. However,
Okay.
the one in front, he fails. He gets a natural 1. So we're going to mark him as frightened. Now they need to spend the rest of their turn. It's a full minute running away, isn't it? Or moving away from you.
It's a full minute fleeing from me.
Yes. But every round when it's their turn, they get to resave.
Nope, they don't.
No, I think it's only when
If
they
you attack
fail,
him,
it's 1 minute, but it can be broken by taking damage.
Can you roll a perception check for me, please? Or no,
Sure.
sorry, it's not perception. It's going
Roll
to
a-
be a nature check.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so close to 20.
Okay. The one with the blue ring around saves on a 19. The one next to Valrus saves with a 17. And the one right at the back, he gets an 11 and a 6. So an 11.
Oh, nice.
Shit. Okay. Now let me I need to double check on one thing because I read it before. Undead. Okay, and as the one in front of Ponty and Valrus gets turned, you notice Ponty pulls his book out and flicks through it. And he reads through and he reads through and he's like, oh. Why isn't the special ability in here? The ghast and any ghouls within 30 feet of it have advantage on saving throws against the effects of turn undead. Okay. However, the ghast failed, so he is actually frightened. So on his turn, he will need to move his full movement away from you, as will the other one. Okay. Anything else, Lunan?
Let me think. That was my main action. Yeah, I'm moving 1, 2. I'm moving back to here to give advantage on attacks.
Okay, so you move back through combat. He's used his reaction. He can't get to you. No problem. Oh dear. We still up and running as well. Okay, let's reload. Join. Hopefully this doesn't break everything. Cool. Okay, I think think I'm back online.
Cool.
It reset some stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it moved Loon in the wrong place. We just moved Loonan over the right way there.
Yeah.
And it removed the frightened tags.
Okay.
Ah, yeah, okay.
And the frightened tags. Let me quickly. So, update the damage. Check. Check. Actually, my bad. That is right. After Lunan is Ponty. Bear with me 1 second, and he took 5. Okay. As the one turns away in front of him, he whips out the book and he starts flicking through it, and he's basically goes through the book and he identifies. You hear him shouting out, "Oh, oh! It is a ghost and ghouls! Beware of the stench! It is overbearing." And he is going to swing at the one in. No, mind you, he won't have enough time. So he is going to move back into the room over there, I think. Actually, no, he'll move into. Where should he go?
Roll for it.
Valrus or Vargo, you can direct him anywhere if you want, seeing as you're within 5 feet of him.
I will tell him to go to Valris,
Okay.
to where Valris is.
Help Valrus, you silly fool. Okay, he'll move across to there. Going around, so let's stick him in there. Alright, then Azaka is up next, and she is going to use her scimitar to attack twice.
I think you get some sort of flanking bonus here, or?
She gets a 12 plus some sort of a flanking bonus, yes, so that's a hit. There's 3 of us, so she gets plus 3. And she gets 2 12s, so she gets 2 hits.
Perfectly balanced.
She rolls, and she gets 6 points of slashing and 8 points of slashing damage. So she does 12, and she manages to kill a skeleton. Oh yeah, cleaving right through. And that is... And she's going to move up to that skeleton next to there to give Dusted some support. And that means we enter round 4. Top of the round is Dusted Cole.
Well, that leaves one skeleton to deal with. Let's see if I can actually hit something.
Go on.
You can do it.
You can do it. Why don't you move around the side of it and you'll get bonuses?
No, I
You are
cannot.
blessed.
Even if
You
I
are
have...
blessed.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I have to roll a 4 or something?
Aren't you blessed? So if you move
Yeah.
around the side...
Oh, that's a 4. That's stupid. I don't have to move.
No, you don't. Alright, you hit him. So, swinging your hammer of radiance, as it curls through the air, you do 6 points of damage. It's a skeleton, so you do less.
Oh my god, 2 ones.
I think what happens here is the hammer is really disappointed that when there are guests around and ghouls, I choose to fight skeletons.
Yeah,
And
you see,
it's showing its disapproval by rolling ones on the radiance, clearly.
Oh
the
dear.
Warhammer is cursed, and I didn't tell you.
Yeah. It's cursed to
Who
roll
cares?
ones.
And you see Lunan like, why don't you go and take care of the big stuff?
7 damage total, yeah.
Okay. Is that your go?
It's still up.
Anything else? You want to run away?
But is the skeleton still up?
Yeah. He's barely standing, though. You can see his rib cage is crushed. Bones are shattered and brittle and almost look like they're falling off. You have a feeling if you wouldn't have got a 1 on the radiant damage, you would have killed him.
Okay. I look to the two others and Asaka and Luna says, "Can you guys take care of this one? I'm gonna check on the others."
We got it.
Yebo, kitty cat.
And then the kitty cat is gonna take a reaction, I think.
With disadvantage. He gets a 7, so he misses.
And Busted steps out into this sort of like hallway that's filled with ghouls.
And
It's like, yeah, this is more like it.
for the first time you step into that hallway, you see a whole group of these flesh-eating undead ghouls, and at the back you spot what looks to be like an even bigger one. Is that where you're stopping?
Yeah, I don't think I can shimmy over into the room. This I would rather be between Vargo and these creatures.
Okay. In which case, Vargo, it is up. You're next, followed by Yelena.
Alright, question, DM.
Hmm.
Is there any visual indication of which zombies are turned?
There is no zombies around at all.
Not zombies, I mean undead.
Yes.
They have that little head figure next to them if they are frightened.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. I mean, if there is,
Oh, right.
if Vargo will know, it will. That's the question.
Yes, you will, because they have all of a sudden stopped looking threatening, and you can see that they've turned to flee. So, in the 3 seconds that is coming up, yeah, they're basically, it's just the... You can see which ones, yes. Short answer.
All right. In that case, yeah, in that case, Vargo will shoot the one on the back.
As he's turning to flee.
No, that one.
Oh, I thought you meant the one... dishonorable shooting. Sure, the one right at the back that's not turned yet.
All right.
Good.
There you go. 14. I don't think bless is necessary.
Correct. A 14
Alright.
hits.
Then 4 fire damage.
4 points of fire damage. Okay. This is the first time that it has been hit. Whoopsie. Sorry.
Wasn't it hit by
Even
burning hands?
yeah, I think.
Correct. So he's took 5 points for burning hands. I was on the wrong screen. So he's taken 9 points altogether.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Next up is Yelena.
She's gonna go over here and she'll there. And she'll use green flame blade. Sorry, the cat's trying to drink my drink.
Dusted, stop trying to interfere.
And then she'll attack the one in front of her, and hopefully I can hop the fire to that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a door it can hop through. No worries.
That's if I hit. Which isn't that one, so that's not happening even.
Oh,
I think.
that is a natural one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
never mind.
that's a miss, and I take it the flame blade doesn't ignite to go on to the next one because you missed.
Yeah, I think it just. What does it do if I think it stays until I hit?
I think so.
Oh no! It's part of the attack. So yeah, it doesn't even do anything.
Okay, that's a cantrip, is it?
Yes.
That's no problem. So you can do that multiple times.
Yeah. I'll try again next time.
Okay. Next up then are the ghouls. So the first ones are going to be the ones running away. And this one disappears. The next one turns to flee. Dusted and Vargo, you get to make an opportunity attack as he
Me, I
moves.
believe.
No, I don't.
I'm passing.
Valrus, sorry. Dusted and Valrus. So you're
Depends.
passing.
Does dealing 0 damage take them out of...
Just punch it. 0 damage.
Does it take them out of turn undead?
That is a good point.
Actually, yeah.
Because you're making an attack and you hit them, so I am... yeah.
If it
That's-
does, then I'm not going to.
Until it takes any damage. That's the definition.
Oh, so it doesn't. Oh.
So he could attack it for 0 damage and it would do nothing.
I'm not gonna bother. I'll let it run.
Okay.
I'll show him my wrath next time.
Righto. In which case, it flees the scene. The other two, however, are not so fearful. This one is going to move up, and it's going to attack you, Dusted.
Yes, it does, yeah.
Given that you're right in front of it. The other one is going to attack you, Valrus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So it is going to claw you,
Alright.
and it rolls a 9.
That misses.
And Valrus, the other one, is going to claw you,
Yep.
and it rolls a 7.
Misses.
Okay. That's a pain in the ass. Right. Then. Oh, there is still one more skeleton. I don't know why it's not in the. I did 11, so he is going to go for a Zaka. Oh, and he rolls an 18. Oh yeah. And the skeleton swings and buries his short sword, his rusted short sword, into a Zaka for 7 points of piercing damage, and it pierces her flesh. Lunan, as you watch, it digs deep to the hilt into her arm as the skeleton hisses at her and yanks it out in defiance. That is its turn. Next up then is Valrus, followed by Lunan.
Alright, I'm going to use Shocking Grasp on the one directly... Actually, I'll move over there first.
Okay.
And then do it.
This is on the one between you and Dusted.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll and add 2 to your attack, please, because you are flanking.
15.
15 will hit, 100%.
Alright. 3 damage.
3 damage, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you do that damage with Shocking Grasp, you notice that the ghoul is bloodied.
Good to know.
Alright. Anything else?
No.
Okay, then. Lunan, over to you.
As Lunan sees our friend being stabbed, he moves around like this and hopes that skeleton is distracted and shoots a fireball in its torso.
Okay, as you move 10 feet away, you aim at the skeleton. Go ahead and make your roll, sir. Ooh.
11.
That
I take it it's a miss.
that is. You don't have bless on you, do you?
No.
Nope.
So the fireball just flies through the rib cage due to all the damage.
Flies through the rib cage and bashes into the back of the wall. And
Yeah,
doesn't
and I
ignite.
move up to flank it behind.
Oh, brave man. Okay. Who cast the bless spell, by the way?
I did.
Ah, okay, that's right. You swapped it out. Okie doke. Next up then is Ponty! And Ponty takes his mace and he is going to attack the ghoul in front of him. There we go. And he rolls a nat 1. He misses. That is his turn. Then it is Azaka, and she is going to attack the skeleton in front of her with her scimitar. And she gets a 13, which hits. And with 7 points of slashing damage, cleaves the skeleton apart. Cuts him down. Bones fall to the ground, cushioned by all of the vines and the creepiness around. And she is going to move out to here. Okay. Beginning of the next round then. Dusted Coal.
Right, now I'm fighting proper undead, so please help me here, Warhammer, okay? Uh, 11, and then plus bless. Oh, sorry, and flank.
And flanking, yeah.
So that's 14 plus 2, that's 16?
16 definitely hits. Wow.
Let's see if the mace is smiling a little better on me now that I'm fighting proper undead.
Oh.
Hey, 2!
Hey, that's
It's still a
double.
bit better.
That's double the better.
Exactly, it's doubled, yeah. 9 damage total.
That is
He
9
got there
points of
too
damage,
late.
though.
2 of them already ran off.
Yeah, the thing, as soon as you hit, I mean, the mace just smacks it in the chest, knocks it slightly sideways, and it turns around to face you. You can see it is pretty pissed off with you. It has also taken a lot of damage. The Warhammer's basically caved its chest in, and it's barely standing. Is that your turn?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, Fargo, you're up next.
I will fireball it.
Ooh, fireball.
And I don't know if a D4 will help. But
D4 will, with a
14.
You hit. Fire bolt, thank God, not a ball.
In this small corridor,
well, only 2 damage.
And as you notice the kitty cat in front of you's clawing and swinging around, there's like a lot going on. You're kind of waiting for your opening, and it's just a small little like shot of fire that shoots underneath Dusted Coal's arm as soon as he connects and there's an opening, and the firebolt flies across and hits the ghoul, landing the killing blow.
Yeah.
Right, he's out of the game. As the flames
And
start to crackle.
That's my turn.
No movement.
Yep, over there.
Okay, you move into the next room. Yarlena, it is your turn.
She's gonna try and do not the same thing again. They're too spread out. Yeah, she'll come. How is Ponty looking?
Ponty has taken 9 points of damage. He's looking okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. She won't do anything for him at the moment then.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
like he's holding his own.
Oh.
He's got a
He's
book
not
in one
so-
hand, he's got a mace in the other hand.
She will attack the undead.
Okay.
Just normally.
It is bloodied, by the way, so... And you're blessed.
Yes. This time I didn't roll a nat one as well.
Oh my
which is
goodness.
helpful.
As you move in closer, resolving yourself, I'm gonna end this fucker. You swing your short sword and strike it. Good shot. Good shot, Orbane. Good shot, I say. Holy cow. And with 11 points
Oh,
of damage, the maximum you manage to kill the ghoul as it drops to its knees. It is down.
Hell yeah.
Down and out.
She's very happy with herself.
Okay. Right. Valrus, next up, it's you. I
I'll just ask the others, shall we go upstairs or down?
I mean, if we are going to track these fuckers, then we have to run.
Alright. And I go for a light jog downstairs.
Okay, so you're gonna run downstairs.
Did the ghouls come from below or from above? And where did
I
they go?
assume they ran downstairs.
Nobody checked which way they ran, so I guess they can be both upstairs and downstairs at this point.
In which case, I'll take my chances and go down anyways.
Correct. Let me just add them back to the combat tracker, sorry.
Are they visible at all from the staircase?
No.
No. Okay.
You make your way onto the staircase and you make your way all the way downstairs. You get down to the bottom where the open door was, and as you do, it takes a while for you've got dark vision?
Yes.
Your dark vision kicks in. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Alright. 16. Again.
16 again. You do not notice from where you are into the other room any ghouls or undead. You don't see anyone here.
I shout out to upstairs. I don't see them. Check the upstairs.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Then next up is Lunan.
Luna will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move to here with this movement, and then take a quick look around, but no one seems like they're lying on the floor damaged. And then take his action moving upstairs.
So you're going to use your action to move, dash?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Right.
So he has another 35 feet.
So,
And we'll use it according to what he sees.
alright, so let us put you... as you go running upstairs, you make it to an open doorway. Roll a perception check for me, please. Oh. Okay. As you're running up Lunan, you move through and you get to the doorway and you peer in. You are now where you are in bright light, you don't see anything, but you don't see anything past the dim light. But then, as you are bending your ear, you can actually hear more movement coming from above. It does still sound like they've moved upwards above you. The room that you are looking in is lit by obviously your light spell. You can see the floor is covered with rubble, stone, and mortar. The northeastern portion in the dim light of the keep is in ruin and partially destroyed. Rubble fills in what would be a gaping hole, as if the floor above has collapsed and filled up the area directly in front of you. You look down to your left and you can see small partitions. Potentially this may have been once a library, but it's now a ruin with holes in the woodwork on the floor in the far northwest corner of the room. 2 broken doors stand to your left-hand side as well. That's your turn, yes?
Yes, that's my turn.
Okay, Ponty is going to move through over here. I do say, does anyone require any healing? You're looking a bit worse for wear.
Dustin sort of like lifts his. Probably going to sheath his weapon for a moment, and then lifts his right arm to show where he's been cut.
Okay. You can no problem lift your right arm. I'm going to say not sheath your weapon. It's not your turn yet. But as you lift your elbow to show him, he goes ahead and puts his hands on you. And where are the bleeding dice? Oops. D6. D8 is 6.
6, so that's
plus his wisdom modifier 3. So you get 9.
I only need 5, so
plus the spell casting ability modifier,
which would be his wisdom. Yeah, so that's plus 3.
No, it's
but I had taken 5 hits, so yeah.
He gets plus 5 for his spellcasting ability.
Okay.
So you take 11. He heals you for 11.
Thank you.
And that is his turn. Then Azaka comes moving through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she is also going to take the dash attack, and she's going to chase after you, Lunan. So she's right behind you.
Nice.
Right. Round 2 of them being turned. Next round. Dusted, your turn.
I'm gonna charge after the other 2, Lunan and Azaka, upstairs, but using feline agility. That's probably a little more squares, so I can move 60 without using my action.
Okay, so you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
If I had to move into the room that Lunan is standing and looking into,
well, you need 9 to get there. Lunan, did you say anything about what you saw?
No, I was just taking it in.
So you've used 45 feet to get here, Dusted.
Yeah, so 3 more would be 60, and then I would stand in front of...
in front of Lunan, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops, I'll move you. There you go.
Into the darkness.
Well, it's brightly lit up, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought there was a door in front of Lunan. That was what I meant, north of Lunan.
The door is open.
Yeah, that was what I meant. So
steps through it.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to step through it, yeah.
Got you.
But it's dark for us. It's not revealed.
Lunan's shield is brightly lit.
Yeah, but we
I
cannot
mean,
see it.
us
On the screen, we cannot
players.
see it because it's not revealed to us.
Oh, sorry. Whoopsie. My bad.
But I'm a bad kitty cat, so I'm gonna jump in there anyway.
On the screen is dark. I should have known. Okay. How's that?
Perfect.
Thank you.
And for a moment, Dustin is gonna hold out the hammer and try to use it as a like those twigs people use to detect water with. Or try to detect undead with it. It obviously won't work, but he's still gonna do it.
Okay. Is that the rest of your action then?
Yeah, that's just gonna be his action, holding out the hammer and sort of like, yeah, looking for the undead.
Okay, Fargo, your turn.
Huh. Yeah, he will also come right up to there, I think, and ask Lunan, so how precisely do we want to follow these instructions? And I point at the note.
So far, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, next step was supposed to be climbing the tower.
Yeah, but it did not say we weren't allowed to empty the keep, just that we shouldn't go down the stairwell until we're done. I'm not sure.
I suppose that's one way of interpreting it.
Gentlemen, we are standing in something of a library, right? Like this area in here had some books strewn around, right?
No.
Oh, by the way,
Never mind.
Bargo picks up the torch in his way there. Here.
Oh, as you walk past, you grab the torch, do you?
Yep.
Okay. So running past, you grab the torch, leaving Yarlena and Ponty in pitch blackness. And you make your way up the stairwell.
Oh no, we left Galena with Pontius. Jesus.
Oh, I
Mistake.
I can't promise that he's gonna come out of it alive.
Uh-oh.
In the darkness as well.
The worst part is if you grappled him, you could take him to the center of that stairwell. That's kind of scary.
Oh boy.
Guys, even worse. Barris is 2 floors down.
Just so you know, the center of the stairwell is like a thick pillar. It's not from where you're standing. It doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't. Look hollow.
All right. Didn't know that.
It is a skinny stairwell. You're covered by brick on either side. It's only 5 foot wide. It's a thick pillar.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
So we had to go further up to maybe, yeah.
I think it's good if you clear these creatures out first.
Okay. Vargo, anything else?
No, that's enough.
All right then, Yarlena, your turn.
Now being in darkness, she will ask Ponty if he can see. And if he needs a hand. Following the others.
No, I shall be all right. Not to worry. I can cast
on
light.
your
It
head
is
be
not a
it.
problem.
Or if you'll say so. And then she'll leave him and run after the others.
Oh, well, I do say.
Now he can kill Barris if he wants.
Yep.
Alright, so I'll move your token then, and you come in behind Vargo?
Yeah, she'll wait.
Okay, Valrus, it's your turn.
I'm going to rush back up. And like the devil I am, I will open a rift to hell where Ponty is and push him down, and then continue running up.
Okay. So
Just
you're going to use
rush upstairs.
using your action to dash as well.
Yeah, I think so.
That will mean coming up the door, pushing him, and going back.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
how
Lunan.
mean.
Lunan, it's your turn.
Jorlena, could you use your sense to see if we can find them if we don't find them soon? I say, and then run up.
Okay.
Okay.
First with my first 35 feet and then see what happens.
Right. So as the light source runs around, you get up to the top and you take a look inside. As you get to the doorway, you see it is open, and you immediately notice that the far northern wall is partially destroyed, and a gaping hole lined with rubble leads down to the ground 4 stories below you. Looking around, you notice that the ceiling has fallen in, and much of the wooden floor is littered with broken ceiling beams, scorched stone, and mortar. As you gaze upwards 2 floors above you, you can see that the roof of the keep is half destroyed and open to the sky above. And slowly you notice the sun. Probably roll a survival check for me.
Sure. I'm rolling with advantage due to the ring.
Mm-hmm. It's not hard to make out. You can see it's probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. The sun has moved past its highest point and it's slowly moved down towards the top of the treetops, but there is still some light from above that's kind of streaming in, and you can see, like, those god rays, the particles of dust coming through. And as you are looking up, you do notice 1 or 2 bits of dust falling heavier, as if someone above you is running across the parapet.
Okay, that's all I need to continue running after them.
So you're going to carry on up the stairs again.
Yes. Taking. I don't know how many feet I've used, but I will continue.
So you've done 30, and then
Then I have another 40.
yep. So you get up to the. You basically run around to the top, and as you get over here, you notice that these 2 doors are open, and they lead out onto balconies. Yeah. Okay. So as you reach the 5th floor, this area of the ruined keep, almost nothing remains. The stone staircase that you're on seems stable enough, but the wooden floors beyond are completely destroyed. You can, from where you're standing, you can see down into the 4th floor below you. From the remaining wooden platforms that hang in the space, their beams broken and snapped off like kindling from whatever may have occurred in this area.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Next up then is Ponty. And okay. Valrus, as you are standing there, Ponty appears from behind you, and he is carrying his mace in his one hand. He's put the book away, and in his other hand, he's holding a pebble that is giving off light, much the same as Lunan's shield.
All right.
Right, Azaka goes running up, and she lands up behind you, Lunan. That's her turn. Okay, we are at round 3 of the turning undead. Dusted Cole, it's your turn.
So we are kind of satisfied that this room is empty.
Correct. As soon as we finish this combat, we'll take our break.
Dustin is just quickly gonna move.
Go on, Dusted. You can do it.
Just move to the side to check if these are open.
The doors are not locked. In fact, they are ruined. You are talking about the 2 doors where you are, yes?
Like over here. So check if this door is open or the other door is open.
The lock seemed to have been broken off, and as you open one of the doors, you notice that both of them lead into the same area. Beyond is a room which looks like it could have been an office. It is ruined inside. This whole room and the room that you're standing in, this portion of the keep, the 3rd floor, reeks of death. It reeks of bodies that have just been decomposing. It is definitely not a pleasant place to be, but it is empty.
So this could have been their nest to begin with. Okay,
Correct.
but no sign of them.
Correct.
Very well then. I'm just gonna move back and try to catch up with the others with the little movement I spent. So that's
Okay. Put
10.
yourself behind Ponty then.
There we go.
Good stuff. Excellent. In which case then, next up is Vargo.
Yeah, Vargo will just go upstairs with Luna and the others.
Okay. So you use your action to dash as well.
Do I need? Oh yeah, there are 2 floors.
There are 2 floors.
Yes. Then yes, I do.
Okay, so that'll put you behind Azaka. Is there anything else you want to do on this floor? Do you need me to read the description again?
Can I open this door?
It is open. It
All
actually
right.
already is open. Rubble leads onto a ruined, what looks like a ruined balcony. The floor is open space beyond the wood on the picture.
All right. Do we get to look down there?
You can if you want, yeah. What are you looking for? Are you just giving a quick glance, or are you doing like a studious kind of a look or an investigation?
I don't think I have the time for that. Just a quick glance.
Yeah, the 4th floor is below it. It looks like whatever remains of this roof or the open space has collapsed down into the floor below. The majority of the walls around here are scorched and blackened, and you can notice that where the gaping hole is on the north side, the brickwork is just ruined and scratched and cracked.
All right. Then that's it.
Okay. Next up is Yalena.
She's gonna follow the others into the or further up, yeah. Further up, yes, it's the 5th floor.
Up to the 5th floor?
Yeah, she'll continue to follow the others.
Okay, so you can make it up behind Azaka. You'd have to use your action to dash. Is there anything else you want to do when you get there?
Before I commit to dashing, I'm just gonna double check what my divine sense is an action. Without dashing, would I get to about here-ish or there?
No, you would get to about there.
Yeah, she'll get to there and then she'll.
Use divine sense.
I'm debating. I don't know how accurate it would be if I'm a couple of floors below where it is. um, no, she'll dash and I'll use it. I'll use it next turn, so she'll get up behind Azaka and
Okay.
she'll ask any sign of it.
No, there is nothing around here. It does not look like it. But this keep has taken some damage, eh? Look at those marks.
Nothing good happened here.
I think I heard something above us.
We will look a bit more, and then I will see if I can sense it.
Thalris, you're up, followed by Lunan.
I keep moving upwards,
Are you
try
gonna...
and catch up with the others.
Okay, you can dash and get up behind Yarlena.
Yep, I'll do so.
Okay.
You will also probably ask, like, nothing yet, I take it.
No.
No.
I will move you. Alright. After you then is Lunan.
And I will move my movement upstairs if there's more movement to be done upwards.
Mm-hmm. There is another floor above you.
Yeah, I will go upwards.
Okay. Right. Pop yourself in front of the broken door on the next one if you... Yeah. As you crest the top of the 5 flights of stairs, you can see out over the top of the ruined keep. There are walkways either side of the stairwell, and in the center of the stairwell, buried in the stone, is a climbing piton. What looks like a rotting, frayed length of rope is knotted around the piton, descending into a man-made chimney leading downwards. The roof in the center of the area is weather-beaten and partially destroyed in the northern quarter. You can see that the structure was once a proud achievement of engineering of ancient peoples. Both the keep and the tower are tall enough that you can see for many miles above the canopy of the jungle. Roll a perception check for me, please. Holy cow. Okay. As you look out over the canopy of the jungle in the brightness of the day, you can see several distant areas of interest. To the west is the tall, tower-like structure that is Firefinger, still blazing brightly where you came from. To the east, you see what must be the ruins of Mesro. Its broken, gleaming white buildings almost seeming whole and mystically intact at this distance. To the south, you can see a large stone bridge spanning across a large canyon, which is over the river Olung. And finally, to the southeast, you see some strange object high in the trees. It's hard to tell at this distance, and your eyes must be playing tricks on you, because it looks like a sailing ship stuck in the treetops. As you're gathering the marvels and gazing out looking for your quarry, you notice both of the undead. The ghoul just scrambling over the bottom of the rooftop trying to get away as far as possible, and the ghast just ahead of him also scrambling towards the corner of the parapet.
Nice.
Bonus action?
I haven't used my action yet, as far as I know.
Oh,
I've only moved,
you only used
used
your movement.
movement.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Is there a clear path here to walk out?
Yes, you can get there, or from where you're standing, you can go through the opening and you can move down that way as well.
Does this look safe, or this is roof?
Those are roof tiles, and also bear
Yeah.
in mind that the crenulation around this area is probably less than knee height.
One, two. I will move here with my action to force them even further out on the edge.
Okay. Anything else?
I will scream down. They are up here.
Okay. Righto. Then, next up, Ponty comes running up as well, and Yelena, he casts Cure Wounds on you for 10 points.
Oh, thank you.
You're most welcome. Need our best fighters, don't we?
I suppose so.
Azaka comes running up, and she's going to use her action and her dash action as you're there to get to there. Right up behind them, and that is her turn. Dusted, it is your go.
I think even if I dash, I can only get behind Pontius. So I think I'm just going to do that. Try to keep up with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, mind you, if you dashed, you could get in front of Yarlena, actually, so you could get to about there.
Oh, well, then, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Cool. Vargo, it is your turn.
If I go up 30 feet, where will that put me? Over there. All right. Are we gonna do this? I say to Lunan.
Hold a couple of seconds. Wait for the others.
All right. I will hold a firebolt
Mm-hmm.
to the one in front of Ashaka,
Okay.
and I will fire it in case anybody attacks.
Okay, so you're going to hold your action until someone attacks.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
Yalena.
Where can I get to?
So you could easily come up and around next to Vargo there.
Mhm.
And then out onto there.
Without dashing.
Correct. That's just your
Cool.
movement.
That's perfect. She'll get to there and she'll use Ray of Frost on the one that Azaka is next to.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Ray of Frost 16, that definitely hits. He gets is Ray of Frost a save again? I mean, we just did this, didn't we?
No, it's just
It's just automatic movement down, isn't it?
yeah, on hit.
Okay,
And
so he
it's...
takes 5 points of damage, and
Yes.
he's bloodied, which means he is also slowed. Vargo, you get your attack. You're blessed. Oh, with a 12. Yeah, man, you hit. Good job.
Nice.
3 points of damage. Okay. Right. There we go. Anything else?
No, that's everything from me.
Okay. Then next up is the ghoul, and it is going to move its full movement to there and stop. Then
This guy took damage. So he doesn't. He's not afraid of me anymore.
yeah, I need to take his condition off. There we go. Cool. Okay. He is then no longer frightened. He's going to turn around and he's going to attack Azaka. And he's going to use his claws. Oh, and he gets a 17, so he manages to hit her. And it does 8 points of slashing damage, and she has to make a constitution saving throw. Oh dear, and she fails. Okay. Right, that's his go. Valrus, it is your turn.
He's gonna keep going up until he sees the ghouls as well.
Okay. So you are literally, you can get behind Vargo no problem, or just in front or
Mhm.
next to Yarlena.
Yeah, I'll go next to Yarlena. And then firebolt the one that's still running away.
Okay, the leader right at the front.
Yeah.
Alright then. Go ahead and roll your attack. It's a moving target as well, so as you aim, you just hands forward like Iron Man, and you manage to hit him no problem at all.
Alright. Here we go. It's a solid 5 damage.
5 points of damage. Nice. Okay, and with that, he is no longer frightened or turned. Is that your turn? Anything else?
Oh, right. Sorry, I muted myself. Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright then, it is Lunan up next, followed by Ponty.
Seeing what happened, I think I would want to take this guy out as quick as possible, and I will cast magic missile.
Oh, okay. Good shout. Right, go ahead and roll your damage.
So that's 3d4
+3.
plus 3. So that's 8 damage.
8 points of damage. Oh, nice. And with that, the 3 magic missiles fly through the air, pew, 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 slamming into the ghoul as he's almost rattled like someone being shot with a Gatling gun, and falls over, destroyed. He is dead too. Is that your turn?
And then I'm gonna move forward and stand in front of Osaka to protect her.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token. Good stuff. Right, then next up is Ponty, followed by Azaka. In fact, Azaka can't do anything, but Ponty moves up. And as he does, he comes out onto there, hearing all of the commotion. He is going to... He's going to cast Sacred Flame. Yeah. Target must succeed a dex saving throw or take radiant damage. He's going to cast Sacred Flame. Right, so dex save, didn't I say? Oh god. Natural 20. Okay, so the undead manages to save and takes 0 damage from Sacred Flame. And that is everyone's turn. Round 9. This is the longest combat we've had.
Yep.
Dusted, it is your turn.
I would like to dash as far up as I can, hopefully to get next to Osaka and Lunan, so right behind Lunan to the left, if that's possible. I don't know. I'm just not sure of how the staircase works here.
So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30. You would need to use your dash action to get to
Just there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so you've used your movement and your action.
Perfect.
Bonus action?
And
The only bonus action I have is second wind, so no.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yes, please.
Then it is Fargo up next.
alright, Bless is out, guys, and I will firebolt that fucker.
Good to know. Alright. Taking aim in the sunshine over here, you cast Blessed. Wow, dude, it cast Firebolt, sorry. And, yeah, that definitely hits.
For 6 damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. He is... He's looking about almost bloodied. Yep, almost bloodied. Anything else?
Yeah, move to there, and that's my turn.
Alright, next up is Yelena. Followed by the baddie himself.
Yeah,
Go
she
on.
can't move too far. She won't get there in time, so she'll cast Rare Frost at him, and then she'll move.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, for God's sake, no, she just runs. That's it.
That unfortunately misses. So she fires Ray of Frost and it flies wide. That your turn?
Yes, yeah, that's everything.
Alright, so he gets to move 30. It's 10, 20, 25. He's going to move straight into there. I need, as he starts coming towards you, both Dusted and Lunan being in front, you can see the maggots dripping off the wounds in his flesh. You can smell the stench coming closer. I need both of you to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
23.
And
Yes.
Okay, you both managed to save with a DC 10, so you avoid being poisoned. The stench is that unbearable, and he is, given that he is so big, he is going to take a bite attack out of you, Lunan.
go for it.
Oh, he rolls a 2. Okay. Right, both of you for the next 24 hours are immune to the stench of ghasts, which means you will not be poisoned by the stench for 24 hours. That is his turn. Valrus, you're up next.
I am going to firebolt him
Alright,
and stay where I am.
stay where you are and roll Firebolt. You need an armor class 13 to hit.
Easy.
Oh, nice one.
Dealing 9 damage.
Holy cow.
Nice.
Nice one. So he's taken 25. He's definitely bloodied and he's looking not happy. Next up, Lunan.
Yeah, just for fun's sake, Luna will pull out his machete and hacking him in the leg a bit. Hopefully, he will fall over and
Okay.
die. But here's my attack. Oh yes, critical hit.
Holy shit. Pulling out your machete on just as you draw and pull it out, you swing it forward and it slices him up, just catching him in the belly button, right up to the chin. Automatically, you do maximum damage with your machete. So that's D8. What is it's a short sword, isn't it? That's a 6, yeah.
Plus 8. So 1d6 plus 8 will be the total. Because normally it's 1d6 plus 2.
Correct.
10 damage.
Nice job. How do you want to do this?
I want to slash off his tendons and have him fall over the edge of the heap.
So, as you grab hold of this machete next to you, you yank it out, and with the force that you pull, the blade swings out and catches him in the tendons on the knees.
Yeah.
Hacking into both of the kneecaps as you hear a crunching sound and the blade moves through it, literally chopping him down at the knees. And with a gurgle, the feet remain where they are and the rest of the body topples over onto the roof next to you. And then you hear a crash as the roof gives and he drops 2 floors all the way down to the 4th floor. Splat! Maggots seem to fly everywhere as well as it lands, and just a stench of rotting meat wafts past you, and you're like, "Puh, die, fucker."
Nice.
Nice. Eh. Oh, I was about to say something from Azaka, but she's paralyzed. And on that note, we're going to take our break. Let us take 15 minutes. We will say 10:07 back.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Everyone okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay then. We'll see you back shortly.
See you in a bit.
Right, welcome back everyone. So, as you land the killing blow, the body topples over the parapet onto the roof and down 2 flights. Yarlena, particularly you notice it. Your divine sense just seems to kick in as this energy wave emanates out from the keep across the jungle. And all of you look around and feel the vibration going out, which rustles the trees and the jungle around you as the shockwave slowly expands out. And as you're standing at the top looking out over the jungle, you can see the trees, almost like a Mexican wave, start to ripple out towards the edge of your vision over the course of the next minute as you're watching out. That is it. Right.
Does anybody else feel that?
Feel what?
Like a wave is the best way to describe it, but it's not a real wave.
Oh, I do say. Oh, did anybody else feel that shockwave? Oh, blimey. Oh, I tell you
No.
what. They don't tell you this in the academy, do they?
You've set him off again.
I didn't mean to.
Oh dear. What was that?
It is not in your little book.
I really hope it's not a trap.
He looks at you and puts the stone in his hand, which has got the the light spell cast in it. He puts it away. I need to extinguish this. And pulls out the book and he starts paging through it, engrossed. He doesn't say anything else. As he
Is,
pages
is,
through.
is Ashaka still paralyzed?
Yes.
Oh my! Good grief. Hey,
I
you.
would like to investigate her medically.
Okay, roll a medicine check for me. Okay. She's paralyzed stiff. And I'll say it is probably been 30 or 40 seconds as you start looking her over. By the time you finish, you can almost see some movement in her as she slowly seems to be unparalyzing. But funnily enough, while you're looking at her, even though she took some damage, she doesn't have a mark on her at all. In fact, even of all of the combats that you've been in with Azaka, she doesn't seem to have displayed any cuts or bruises that you've noticed at all.
That's weird.
And slowly she starts gaining, her fingers start to like curl as her movement she starts to regain, and her shoulders kind of tense and untense, and what's that? I tell you, these undead, they are dangerous, eh? She starts to slowly stretch out a little bit as the paralysis fades away over time, over the course of the next minute.
Still okay. I don't think we've seen the last of them.
No. This jungle, it is so full of these undead. Thank you, peoples. I tell you, they would have eaten me. Whew. Okay. Where to next, eh?
Well, what do the instructions say?
We should go up the tower.
Yeah. At least we know the keep is clean.
I assume you mean clean, figuratively speaking. Dusted looks around at the rubble and everything all around them.
Yes, Dusted. I mean it. I don't mean it literally. That's correct. Oh. Anyway. I assume this is the place where we have to climb down once we get the whole password.
Yeah. Did you get the note from the painting?
Oh yeah. Some nonsensical word. It said Pernan.
Might give more context with the other half.
Pernan. This is strange, I say. Pernan.
Have you heard it
That's-
before?
Roll a history check for me. Yeah. Because you're new to this land, roll a history check, yeah. You've definitely not heard it. Azaka, you look at her and she seems... No. She doesn't really seem to recall anything about Pernan either. No. I do not even know this place. Hi, Connor.
to the tower then.
Okay. Do you head off to the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless anybody wants to do anything else. No?
It's good. I'm just gonna take a quick look at that airship again. You said it was just southeast.
It was. Yes. To the southeast. It looks like there is an airship stuck high in the trees.
And if you would look at that bridge over the water and Mesero on the map, would it be somewhere in between the two, or
Where does that airship where is in the map?
I'm about to show you.
All right.
oh, that's far.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is.
It's a far.
All the back where the monsters were spotted.
Monsters?
Where was it again? Sorry,
Over here, if you look at the map.
That
Yeah.
should be
I am
way
looking
further
at the
away.
map right now.
I've changed the map.
Oh, all the way over there. Oh shit! I was looking north. That's why I couldn't. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, southeast down by like 4 o'clock from where you are.
Hmm. In the middle of all the darkness that we
Yeah.
don't know about yet.
Correct.
And
So,
you said I saw the Firefinger, and you said I could see the river and Mesero approximately.
so you can see from where you know when you see a mirage in the desert, you almost see like a shimmering of water, and you know it's an illusion. Mesro, as you look out towards Mesro, you can see crumbling buildings and you can see it's run down, but it's beautiful, pristine, and white. And as you look at it in the sunshine, it almost seems to shimmer as if the buildings are actually whole. Your eyes drift further towards the south, and then you can see where Atas Muhaha and the X is a huge bridge which is built spanning over a canyon and the river below, the River Olang. So there is a bridge crossing the gorge, and as you're looking over at that side, far in the distance, you can see just in the close to sunset, flapping at the top of the trees, it looks like a really large old Viking longship, with double mast sails flapping again in the breeze, and somehow it has crashed into the trees. Obviously, you've never seen an airship. This doesn't have a balloon at the top. There's no way to get it to an airship, but it looks like it is a sailing ship stuck in the top of the trees. Yeah. And then behind you is the Firefinger where we've just come from.
Then let's go and see if we can find the library, I guess.
Everyone go.
Yeah.
Unless we want to leave this place if we think this shockwave will attract more undead.
Where did the shockwave came from?
From within the keep itself.
All right.
Yeah, so literally it was like this force wave almost, that just sort of rippled out. You only really noticed it because the trees started sort of shaking and rustling, almost like a Mexican wave fanning out from the keep. Where in the keep it originated from, you're not sure, but it's definitely come from the keep.
All right.
Yolena, you know this is the third time you felt it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You turn around in the slowly setting sun. Looking up at the sky, you figure you've probably got 3 more hours until sunset proper. You head to the stairwell. You look down at the pristine sheer walls of the chimney that lead down with the rope dangling in the piton at the top of the stairwell as you exit the keep roof and parapet. You make your way down to the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd floor and down to the ground floor. No encounters, no nothing. And you come out into the sunshine, into the area where you defeated all of the zombies standing around. Let's switch. The body's still lying around. You exit the keep and you make your way down the path around to the base of the tower building proper itself. Okay.
Is there any kind of door or something?
There is a door that is closed. Roll a perception check for me.
I was about to say that I would like to check for any traps.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me first, and then you can check for traps after, if you still want to.
Alright. So,
Looking at the door, you can see it is closed. It is rotten. You take a closer look and an examination, and you probably feel that you could quite easily, if you kick the door in, your foot might break through the wood. It's rotted so bad. You also notice that the wood has swollen into the frame, so it might be stuck. A little bit like the doors that you already encountered on the ground floor of the keep. Do you want to proceed to make a look for traps?
yes.
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
For this one, I will guide myself.
Okay.
And yeah, I will need that. That plus a d4. 14 total.
Casting guidance, you take a look at the door, looking for traps for any features, any thing that might harm you. No, you don't find anything at all.
It should be safe.
Should be safe.
I doubt the zombies have trapped the place.
Is it best to underestimate them? They are horrible things.
You're really far away, Yadlena. I don't think.
Well, it seems like their tactics are more to ambush rather than trap.
Well, what are we waiting for? And if no one else is doing it, Austin is going to walk up to the door and try to kick it in.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to do that.
Excellent. Do me a favor and roll a strength check for me, please. Dusted walks up and with
17.
a clawed foot gives the door a massive kick. Bah! And as he does, the wood from the inside of the door cracks and splinters. Your foot sticks through the door as the wood beneath it rots away. Your momentum carries you forward as you fall forward. Your knee gets swallowed by the door. Then the door kind of swallows you up to the hips, and your momentum just propels you forward as Superman breaking through a cement wall. You just walk right through the door with full force, stepping into the room beyond, wood dropping and crumbling behind you. No problem.
Austin is going to sort of brush himself off and stand up as you would when sort of like letting people into a room, sort of gallantly. Just stand there like, welcome in.
Welcome to my my room.
Welcome to my tower.
Okay. Right. After breaking the door in, you notice.
Oh, it's up there.
Yeah. She's up top.
Yeet.
Okay. Kicking in the old rotting door takes zero effort. Splinters of wood fly across the floor in front of you. Parts of the swollen wood into the frame seem to stay in place as your body propels you through the portal, the doorway. With an ear-splitting squeak, the hinges seem to break and turn and bend in their place. As you go in, the musty smell inside smacks you in the face, and the scent makes you think that you must be the first people to enter this place in many years. Small animals and insects scurry away from the sudden movement, and the dust sparkles in the dying light of the sun. Most of the other inner doors have fallen to pieces from moist rot.
Dusted, before you go any further, Yarlena, was there any undead in here? Do you remember?
Hold on. She's gonna cast what's it called? Oh my god, I forgot the name of it now.
From your
Divine
Divine
sense.
sense.
the
Yeah, she's
divine
gonna
sense.
cast Divine Sense because she can't remember.
Okay. So you cast divine sense, and as you do, you realize that there is no undead at all in the tower.
That's nice. She'll shake her head. No,
Yes.
it is well, MC of undead and whatever else this thing detects.
Shouldn't you know that?
You think I know?
I mean,
Why would
you
I
know
know?
the spell.
I only just learnt it.
I suppose.
I'll remember when I did find out what it is.
So,
Entering the tower, you see a circular staircase leading upwards.
Well, should we head up?
when you say should we head up, do you mean Dusted go first?
By all means, if you
Absolutely.
want.
I'm just checking at this point.
Okay. I need everybody's weight, please, in pounds.
Oh,
Ooh. All right. Bargo is. Let me check. 220.
Okay.
Including what we're carrying, right?
Correct.
Oh, including that, it will be a lot.
Okay, that's fine. If you can just round it to the nearest 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50. Just give me the your
Where?
your base weight to start with.
Oh, the base weight. Okay.
Yeah.
Base is.
Fargo,
Oh no,
Mhm.
I'm way more than that.
Okay.
Just one
So,
second.
so the character's weight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I don't understand this exercise.
Dustin, how much does your character weigh?
The character itself only weighs. I think I looked it up because the Baxi are lithe as fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm only weighing 50, if I remember correct,
50 kilos or 50 pounds?
pounds, which is ridiculous, but I think that is actually true. Let me just check.
Okay.
How are you waiting? Why? How?
Yelena, how much do you weigh?
Let me just.
She weighs 155 pounds.
Okay. Lunan, how much do you weigh?
I haven't given myself a weight, but I'm trying to find some sort of range because I see him as kind of spindly and small
Okay.
for an elf. So on the lower range, but I can't really.
I think 100 to 145. I think is elves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say 110 then.
Okay, Valrus.
Went for it with like an average sort of 170, let's say, £2.
Okay, so the only two people that weigh below 100 pounds are Dusted and Ponty.
No, because it doesn't make sense. Let me just confirm this because it's a fact.
Yeah.
What does Forgotten Realm say? Please give me something. 200 to 250. Thank God, there's a 2 missing somewhere.
Okay, just so I know. Right.
There we go.
$250. Good. All right. In which case, let's carry on then. So, who's going up the stairs? Dusted, you said you're going up first, yeah?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. You pass through up to the top to the second floor. I need you to roll a DC 10 dexterity saving throw, please.
24.
Alright. No problem. I need... Who's next in line?
That will be me, I
Alright,
think.
I need a dex save from your DC 10, please. I need one from everybody.
Alright.
But I need to know who's going after Vargo.
I guess Yalena might, unless anyone else wants to go before her.
Okay, Yelena next. So, Vargo passes. Yelena.
I'll go after that.
DC 10 dex, right?
Uh-huh. Good stuff. Then I take it Lunan after.
Sure.
That's a check, not a saving throw, Maurice.
Oh.
It is a dex saving throw, correct.
Oh.
It might be the
Wow.
same.
It is the same. Doesn't make much of a difference.
Okay. So, Valrus, as you are climbing up behind Yelena and you get to the platform on top, the wood underneath you gives way. Snaps and falls. You fall 10 feet and you take 3 points of damage as you hit the ground below.
Alright.
Oh, 1 second, and I will take my rope and put it so they can climb up.
Yeah, or you can just walk around the bottom and climb the stairs again.
Whichever seems easiest.
Yeah.
Lunan, I need you. Now your difficulty is DC 11, please.
Okay. How much damage did you say I took?
3 points.
3 points. And DC save again?
Yeah, well,
DC 11.
11, yeah, you haven't really gone yet.
Oh, it looked like 19.
Okay, so the wood underneath you breaks as well as you fall and hit the ground in a heap below, taking 3 points of damage on this rotted staircase. The next person's DC is a 12, and that's Azaka. She rolled a 13. And then Ponty rolls a 16. Okay, you all make your way up past the second floor and move on towards the third floor. As you do, you notice the stairwell is now more and more made of wood with missing steps in between. Some of you may have to start leaping from one step to another. Are you still all going to climb up?
Lunan is starting to not feel the need to climb.
Okay. So you're gonna
Looking
Yeah,
around, is there
but-
any way to go up? Go up? That's alternative.
No. Roll
All right.
a perception check. No. So, the staircase seems to be the only way, and unfortunately, the keep had visitors, but this place has been untouched for quite some time. So while the wood looks intact, you know from two of your colleagues falling that actually it seems to be rotted inside as well. Everyone weighs quite a lot, so there's a strong chance that the stairs will collapse under the weight of so many people.
I think we can go one by one, guys.
I don't think I want to go up any further unless
Yeah, Dustin is
it's really
definitely up.
needed. But do any of you need me to cast light on you?
Oh yeah, I need it. It will be nice to have both hands. But
If I'm able to reach him, I
Oh.
will go up and cast light on him. On something he holds. Whichever he holds up.
Okay. On your shield, perhaps?
yep.
Alright. So you move closer to Vargo and you cast light on his shield. Good.
Yep.
Just give yourself that aura. I think you've already done so. Yelena, are you carrying on up?
She will, unless there's too many of unless I guess 3 people or 4 people are going up, and then she'll stay.
Azaka and Ponty have elected to stay on the ground floor.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. She'll probably
And Lunan, you've elected to
go.
stay down as well, haven't you? So, then...
Yeah, she'll go then.
So, I've got Fargo, Yelena... Valrus, are you going up or staying?
I will try to go up.
Okay. And Lunan, staying?
He's staying.
Alright. So, you pass through the second floor of the tower up to the third floor. This floor seems to be chambers, offices. As you get around on the staircase, you can see that there is a landing with 2 rotted doors that have fallen over, and inside are broken desks which seem to have just collapsed under the rot. Definitely not a library that you're looking for. Do you continue on to the next floor?
Dustin is already going. He still don't know that we're looking for library, I think, at this point.
Okay. In which case, as you move up to the 4th floor, let me just... I need Dustin, you're first, so I need you to roll a DC 10 dex check for me, please.
That's unfortunate.
Okay. As you get to the portion of the stairs where it starts to flatten out, and you can see that there is a platform and a staircase leading up. The floor underneath you gives way and you fall down 10 feet. You take 3 points of damage, and I need you to roll another dex save.
Oh, this is gonna cascade. 1.
Correct.
Oh no.
You fall through the next floor as well, just as Vargo, Yelena, and Valrus are attempting to pass you, and you land down onto the next corridor. I need you to roll another dex save, please.
I love this.
As you land
Oh,
on the
thank
second
God.
floor. Alright, and as you fall down, you've taken 6 points in total so far. With your cat claws, you spread your legs out and you manage to land on all fours with your arms and legs spread outwards. Just managing to stop in time and stop yourself falling down.
Did you find something?
I
A hole in the floor.
I told to Yarlena, see, they always fall in their feet.
I suppose so.
As you look down, Vargo, as you pass past you, actually, the falling body of Dusted Coal falls behind the three of you. Vargo, you get up to there. I need you to roll a DC 11 now. Save, please.
Dexterity, correct?
Yeah. Saving throw.
Right?
Yes. Oh,
All right.
you managed to make it.
Um,
Wow. Okay, as you get up, right near where the hole is, the floor is very, very precarious, and you just manage to leap over onto the landing. Yelena, your turn. DC 11, please.
Ooh.
Oh my
Oof.
goodness. Noticing
Oh my God.
Vargo doing a little ballerina kind of a jump and a twist in the air, you do the same thing and follow suit. Valrus, your turn. DC 11, please, as you get to the hole in the floor.
Hmm.
Dusted is disconnected and reconnected to the server twice for every floor that he fell through.
yeah, I'm having some issues with my sheet not updating.
Alright,
There we
and
go.
Valrus, you make it past as well, no problem at all. Standing over here, the three of you, you see 3 doors in front of you. They're all closed, but they seem to be groaning in their hinges. They don't look like they could be locked at all.
Should we check for traps, maybe?
I guess it is probably a good idea.
If you really
Actu-
wish.
Actually, you do that. I will really take a little bit of time while Dusted climbs up to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay, so you're going to spend 10 minutes casting Detect Magic as a ritual.
If everyone is okay with that, yeah.
Valorous doesn't believe in zombie traps, so he's gonna let Yarlena deal with it.
Okay,
She's gonna try and look for traps.
roll an investigation check for me, please.
Traps made by zombies.
Yes. Ooh.
That's a good roll, actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
not bad.
as you are looking around, moving about and whatnot, I'll put the two of you over there. Yeah, it takes you a couple of minutes, but you do not find any traps around.
Told you.
She nods very happily. No zombie traps. We
That
are
will be
ready.
that will be scary. Has Dusted come up?
Dusted, are you going to climb up?
I'm gonna try to use my natural climbing ability, just digging into the walls and just climb up the hole I just made. Yeah.
It's 10 feet above you, so you'd have to try and climb the walls of the keep straight up.
Yeah.
Or you could just take the staircase around again.
Fine.
Okay. Dusted takes the staircase around, he gets to there. I need you to roll a DC 11 saving throw, please, Dex.
That almost hit a 4. I was gonna lose my shit. 19.
As they finish investigating, you make your way onto the landing. With the 4 of you standing up here, you can really feel the landing is creaking underneath you loudly as you've set foot on this landing of this musty tower.
Dusted, you may want to pull back a little bit.
Careful now.
Are you going to take a step back? or are you going to try and stay where you are?
So where I'm standing is giving up.
Nothing has happened yet, except the floorboards underneath you are creaking quite loudly.
He's gonna try to step out into the hallway again. Unless this was the one that he was almost going through. Was it here? Where did he go through exactly?
You fell through this area here. Let me.
Because trading one hole for another doesn't really work.
Exactly. So where the blacked out bit is.
Yeah. Or he could just step forward through the door, because this is more funny.
Well, it's up to you. Okay.
Yeah.
You decide to step forward and step into the door. The door seems, as you push the door, the wood crumbles underneath your hand, and the door sort of falls off its hinges inwards. Beyond the door is a room littered with books on the floor. Some of the floorboards in here are missing, and as you look around, you can actually see that this is more in line. Let's just check this out here. You notice the room appears to be a library of sorts. It's musty. It doesn't smell like a normal room does. Some of the books seem to have rotted. No one has been up here for quite some time. As you gingerly step across the warped and squeaky boards and you move closer into the room, some of the bookshelves have fallen over. And one of them, I would say the one closest to Velris, is still somewhat filled with dusty old tomes. Yeah, good thing you took the northern door as well.
The southern door would have been precarious, at least, to say the least, yeah.
Correct.
But wait, the room I'm stepping into, I cannot see the library from there, I think.
Most of the wall that's covering it is like fallen down. There's bits of debris
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can see through cracks where the two bookcases are, but they've fallen over as well. So yeah, you can make out what's going on in the next room as well.
Well, gentlefolk, I think the library is just ahead of you. The only invasive thing I can see in there seems to be vines, so you should be fine to step through the door.
Famous last words.
Yelena and Valrus?
No, because it's not me stepping through the door.
Well, after you, Mister, there are no zombie traps. Go on.
I go.
And Yelena puts a hand on your back as you step through the door and gives you a little shove. What are you looking for?
What exactly do we need to find from this place?
Some kind of dragon book, I think it was.
Alright, I look around, see if I can find anything that resembles that.
Roll an investigation or perception check for me, whichever you want.
Alright. Yeah. Oh.
Wow, okay.
Nice.
You take in the room around you, and as you just glance a little bit to your right, you see a little bit of gold binding that sort of flashes in the dying light of the afternoon, and there you can see the word dragons on the spine of a book, sticking out of the bookshelf right near your knee.
So it's close by.
Yeah, you could probably just lean forward and stretch your arm out and grab it.
Okay, I will gingerly grab the book.
Okay, you pick up the book. The cover of the book is a picture of two dragons. One is red and one is green. They seem to be in battle.
This is what we're looking for?
The name of the book on the side is called A Tale of Two Dragons. It is written in common on the outside, and on the cover it is accompanied at the top of the book cover, A Tale of Two Dragons. At the bottom is some other script. Can you read Elvish?
Probably not. No.
So you do not understand the writing at the bottom of the book, but you do make out the name of the person, which is Artis Simba.
We know that name from somewhere.
I'd look at Yelena and ask, you speak Elven, right?
No, I just look like an elf for fun.
Wow. Shame. Guess we'll leave it here and go away empty-handed, huh?
Oh no, just give me the book.
Here, Barbaris, you can apply this on your burn.
I cast the mage hand and I float it towards Yelena and drop it down right in front of her.
Alright, the mage hand appears and the book just floats 5 meters towards you and drops on the floor in front of you. I'm going to put you in there, Valris.
Well, aren't you quite rude? Do you want me to read it or not?
We're here for the same thing, aren't we?
I am the one that brought you here, okay? I can send you home.
Uh-oh.
You want to go home?
If only Ponty was up here, you would hear, "Send the devil back to hell!"
Oh, we can hear that down the staircase, probably through the halls that I have made, like little passive-aggressive voice.
I cannot wait for Jarlena to cast banishment on Paris. That's gonna be great.
We're in the jungle now. You've no power here.
It doesn't say I have any power. I just said you want to go home. Because I will send you home. In a box.
Ooh.
Alright.
But fine, I will read your book.
So,
Far for me to dispute this little family reunion, but could we just have the first page of the book, please?
She'll pick it up and read it aloud. She'll translate it for the others so they know what she's reading.
okay, so you bend down to pick up the book, shaking your head, and as you open it, a sheaf of paper on the inside catches your eye. And on the sheaf of paper, written in common, it says, "Property of Tigger Hant."
Do we know a digger ant?
Do we?
Do we?
I don't.
The name, you've never heard it before. It doesn't strike you as anything that you would have known. No. You could try rolling a history check.
Ooh.
Valrus, you've picked it up. I think you know it's got something to do with Chult and something to do with Ubtao. Tiggerhant was a person. You just can't quite put your finger on it. Yelena, you've opened the book and you see inside. The book, whilst the cover is written in common, the book itself is actually written in Elvish. The book appears to be a story about 2 young dragons that entered a rift long ago and settled in Chult. The red dragon by the name of Tsindelor, or Tinder in Elvish, and the green dragon by the name of Rishin Hemetas, or Mind Vampire in Elvish. You flick through a few more pages and you see mention of the Metallic Council and a champion that was sent to fight them. Would you like to spend a short rest reading through the book?
Yeah.
She'll look at the others.
We should
Because-
probably
We should.
descend the tower first.
Yes.
There is also this piece of paper. I think it is important. Maybe.
She shows you the piece of paper, and you can see clearly written on there in common is property of Tiggerhand.
Hey, DM,
Hmm.
would you say that 10 minutes have passed by now?
Correct. Yes, and you cast detect
Helena's a
magic.
slow reader.
Looking around, there is nothing magical except for the stuff the characters have picked up during their adventures.
Alright.
None of the books are magical. None of the vines are magical. Nothing.
Alright. Still, this is a library.
Correct.
I am delighted. Anything interesting?
Okay, so as you move to the back end of the tower, I need you to roll a dexterity 10 saving throw, please.
I'm gonna shift
Oh,
back
Jesus.
and sort of freak out a bit and cling to the wall as he
mean-
just stomps back.
Alright.
I mean, not even looking at the floor that has broken below me, I go check the books.
But firstly, the floor doesn't give out below you. Roll a perception or an investigation check, whichever you want.
For this, I will guide myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look around. There aren't that very many interesting books around, to be fair. Not all of them are written in common either. They all seem to be in a different language. It looks like a collection of books from travelers and wanderers. One or two books about battles that took place in Chult and around the world. It isn't a big collection either, but a lot of the books are missing pages, or have got fungus growing on them, or are slightly soggy and ruined. There is probably nothing of interest or value in here.
I will pick one that seems interesting about Chult and take it with me.
Okay, no problem.
And that's all.
Alright, so you cautiously make your way out. Does everyone go downstairs?
May I see the paper before we go?
Yeah,
Of course.
she's held it out to you, so...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna do a quick investigation check on that.
Okay, roll for me.
Dusted sort of sniffing and turning it back and forth. See if you can make anything out of this. Definitely not.
You know what? It looks like an old piece of paper. It smells musty.
Didn't even look at the contents, just smelled it.
No. He's literally just trying to find an imprint he can log on to remember things, and there's nothing. So he just hands back the paper with a sheepish look and just say, I don't know.
Alright. Do you make your way back down?
Yeah.
Alright. As you make your way back down, I need you all to roll a DC 10 saving throw, please.
Or take the quick way down.
Or you could just jump, yeah. Right, Dusted, you make it down to the ground floor, no problem, with Valrus hot on your heels, Fargo coming in, almost drawing level and level, and Yolena practically cartwheeling down the stairwell.
Wow. It's quite smooth.
This is Jalina in a nutshell. Just, why do something simply when you can just overdo it?
Yeah. She's holding the book while she does it.
Yeah.
Show off.
Okay.
I can't hear you. Slowpoke.
Oh dear, now they both
I
have a
only
book.
rolled one less.
Right. Where to next?
Take a short
Was the
rest.
idea to take a short rest here?
Yeah.
You found it?
We've got
did you
it.
find, eh?
Jalena has the book, whatever it means.
It is a very pretty book. It is about 2 dragons.
Written in Elvish, which is a shame.
So on the inside of the book, on a blank page opposite the page, title page, there should be a phrase.
Yes.
She opens it and takes a look at the place he's talking about.
Do you realise that was the piece of paper that came out of the book?
I don't know if she would realise.
Go on then, roll an intelligence check.
Oh, I think she might.
Yep.
It's like a great revelation.
Oh, that was 2 points to Dustin. The paper I gave you.
Dustin looks at the page again and then, so take a hand, and then just hands it back.
Maybe.
So this is a.
Does this mean that we are done?
I think so. It's like two. Well, you said that it sounded more like a name, right? The first bit when
Yeah,
you
but
saw it, Vargo.
I mean, Perman. I don't know if that sounds like a name.
So
Honestly,
that's Vermin Tickerhand.
Sounds plausible.
does it make sense for medium that it will be that?
shall we let the dice decide?
Sure, why not?
Actually, roll a history check for me.
Hmm.
Ooh. You're mulling the words over in your mouth, Pernin Tiggerhand, and you're like, It does sound quite plausible. I mean, you know, the name is very, very old. And from what you've heard of, like, Chult, it could just be a royal family or like an old king. Somebody potentially of importance. Are you thinking out loud or are you thinking to yourself?
I expressed out loud that I think that we might have guessed correctly. It might be Herman Tigerhand. Yeah.
Oh, well, I jolly say, this sounds like awful lot of fun.
I just stare at him awkwardly. Anyways, a short dress is not a bad idea. In maybe out of the tower. Dusted, Paris, you seem to have taken some damage. I myself have taken some.
I mean, if we pitch camp, I should we probably be able to lick my wounds.
The question is if
And
these
remove the splinters from my ass. Sorry.
the question is if these shockwaves are calling something here. We might not want to rest here.
Will we? Do we know that? I don't know.
No, we don't know that it does or don't.
But it came here. But could you explain the shockwaves to me again? Did they happen when the undead died, or was it just happening all the time we were here?
You only felt the one shockwave, and that was really just the after effects when the ghast had been killed and fell through the ceiling.
Yeah, but I think Jolena on the top of the tower explained that there had been more.
Did
So Dustin is didn't you?
I
Or
don't remember if she said that there were multiple, but she would mention now, like if they're talking about it. I felt
but
3 of them since we got here.
yeah, but
Yelena, roll an intelligence check for me.
You can do it.
She sits there and she ponders and she thinks back, replaying the events in her head. And you sort of see this calmness come across her face as she opens her eyes, and she's positive in the next response that she gives you, yes. Within a couple of heartbeats after some of the undead dying, these like shockwaves emanated from the keep.
yeah, we probably have to assume that it's tied to the undead here somehow.
You
The
think
unliving.
killing them was a bad idea?
Not
No,
necessarily.
I think that is a perfectly reasonable idea.
So we can rest or we can go as fast as we can. I think those are the options. What do you guys want
Well,
to
what
do?
are we waiting for then? Says Dustin and is halfway down the staircase already.
I have to remember to not say that word in front of him.
Alright, so Dustin
Little
bolts down
rest.
the staircase. Are you going to have a short rest?
I don't think so.
No, feeling more or less fine.
You can just stop him. I mean, it's not that difficult.
I
No,
think Dusted would benefit the most of us.
Yeah, I think the rest of
From a
us are more
short
or less
rest, yeah.
fine.
From a short, because I have all my stuff is on cooldown at the moment, I think, except for second wind. Yeah.
I'm not against a short rest if you guys want to have one.
No, but for at least for my character, it just seems really stupid to take the risk, even if he's battered a little bit.
I'm okay without a short rest. It doesn't matter. It's more for Barry's and Jelena. Were you healed? I think.
Yes, she was. I forgot to put it in.
I've only lost 3 hit points, so I'm pretty much good.
My hit points isn't updating, so I don't know what to do. On my sheet it is 36, but on my token it's 20,
Yeah,
or
same.
42.
You
Same
have to.
here.
What do you mean
It
on your
happened to.
sheet is 36?
Yeah, my hit points is 36.
Your
My
current...
current
Did you
is 30.
did you click on damage?
Oh, let me...
Yes, I did. I have done it correctly, but for some reason my token isn't updating.
It's just the map tokens don't update.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you...
Yeah, I think they do eventually. I think they just take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever they don't update, I usually have to reload, and they update.
That's why I reloaded 3 times, by the way, because I couldn't get it to work. So
Oh.
in the end, I was just like, okay, fair enough. I'm just going to stick with this and remember it.
All right.
What, could you read me the phrase of that text again?
Yes.
Which one? All right.
So... The repository at the Ruko Outpost is hidden and protected by a powerful trap. To bypass the trap, find the repository, you'll need the following steps. First, locate the portrait of Master Herthelin in the keep. You will find the first half of the code phrase hidden in the painting. Next, you will need to climb the tower and find a book called A Tale of Two Dragons by artist Simba in the library. I've inscribed the second half of the code phrase on the inside of the book on a blank page opposite the title. Finally, you'll need to drop 150 feet of rope from the top of the keep down through the stairwell. As you slide down the rope, utter the code phrase. Only through this method will the repository open. If you don't follow the sequence, there is a good chance you'll be killed by a magical trap protecting the repository.
So we have to figure out if we have the full first phrase or if there's something else hidden in that painting. There could be. And second, what, Jorlena, could I have the code from the book?
Yes. She'll hand over the slip of paper, but she'll keep the book.
What did it say?
The slip of paper says
It was-
property of Tiggerhant on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's check that. I forgot the name. That
The painting.
painting. Yeah.
Anyone disagree?
No, it's just a short walk
No.
upstairs.
It's on the way to go anyway.
Yeah, that's also correct.
Yep.
By the way, I think I still have detect magic. If in the way to there do we see something, please tell me.
Okay, so you all exit the tower and you make your way across the pebbled courtyard towards the keep. Entering inside, you do not see anything magical. You make your way up to the second floor into the room where the painting was. And still is. I will move everyone. Now what? Looking around, you can see the painting is still in its frame, hanging on the wall.
So either the full phrase is Pernan, property of Tiggerhand, or there's something more in either of those messages. But
Hmm.
not impossible that it's as simple as Pernan, property of Tiggerhand.
But
If I may,
oh, sorry.
Bargo will try to inspect closely the painting, maybe even taking the painting outside of the what's the word?
Frame?
The frame, yeah,
Okay.
if necessary.
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Can anybody help me with this?
I will help you.
Okay.
And I guide you.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Roll with advantage then. Whoa, 18 plus
Plus
6.
a d4. So 25.
Nice. So, you take the painting off the wall and you have a look at it and you inspect it. Run your hands along the smooth outside of the wooden frame, slowly taking a look at it. The frame is musty and it is pretty poor shape. So you take the frame off and you look at the canvas itself. You open it, look at the back. There's nothing additional written on the back of the painting. You look at the front and you just see the picture of the man with a scroll in his hand, and the only written word on the painting is Pernan. There seems to be no other phrase that you can see.
Good.
I'm pretty sure it's everything, guys.
Yeah. And it
I
makes
will
sense.
take the picture with me just in case. But yeah,
Yep. So you're going to take the frame, or you're just going to roll the painting up into like a scroll length canvas?
that second chase. Yeah.
Okay. Rolling the painting up into a round scroll, you decide to turn around and exit. Where are you going?
I guess to the top.
Okay.
If we're gonna go down the hole.
Spring and a jump. Busted is first out the door.
Alright. So, all of you exit the room and out of the keep. You make your way, to the top of the keep. You make your way to the hole in the staircase at the top.
Yeah. And we know it's 150 feet deep. Do we trust this old rope, or should we put together our own?
I will say we should put together our own. And
It might be part of the was didn't it say ready your own rope? It does actually say that, doesn't it? That you have to throw the rope down. Maybe that's part of the sequence you have to follow, not just a code word. It's better that we
yeah, and
throw our own down.
I find it interesting that it is exactly 150 also.
Nah, military
Yeah.
buildings is built with precision.
We
Like
need
those
to
folks back in Baldur's Gate. Sorry, no offense.
No, I think it's good if it is exactly, or as exact as we can get.
Yeah,
Yep. I will offer my 50 feet of rope. Anyone else?
I have my 50 feet. Yeah. Well, I have 100, haven't I? Because I'm carrying around someone that is tied together.
Yeah.
That might have been
In
mine.
that case, you have my other half, I think, but I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just tie those three together.
Okay. So you tie together the 3 lengths of rope, measure it out to 150 feet. Then what?
Should we reuse this pitten, or
Let's fasten it somewhere first and then throw it down.
Okay.
I have 10 pittons. I'm happy to lend some of them.
Perfect. Let's tie this one up and then I can go first down.
and down below we felt a presence before? I say, looking at your Lena.
Yes, I felt something. It was undead, if I remember rightly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
So,
it felt like undead.
Then we are
We have
definitely going first. And then Dustin
we
pats the hammer.
we have that to look forward to. I hope it doesn't smell as bad as the others.
oh. Looking
Bar-
down, it looks pitch black down in this well that
Mhm.
seems to go down for 150 feet. As you do, you take a look at the other piton and the other piece of rope. It was frayed, don't forget, and slightly rotted. It's been sitting on here for quite some time, but the rope, despite being rotted, seems to stretch down into the darkness as well. You begin to hammer your own piton into the foundations of the staircase. Ding, 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 ding. As you do, around you, slowly the sun begins to start setting, and it becomes dusk where you are. The light from Vargo's shield with a light spell is still illuminating the area that you're in. After about
Vargo will pick
Mhm.
a couple of pebbles from the ground and use his magical tinkering to make them light for 10 feet, 5 feet bright light and 5 feet dim light,
Mhm.
and give them to anyone who needs them.
Okay. So Ponty doesn't need it. I think it's just who cannot see in darkness. Who doesn't have dark vision?
I
Vargo, I
can.
think.
Vargo doesn't. Ponty pulls out his hand and he holds up a little marble, and it's got light already cast on it. And he puts it back in his pocket.
How many did you create? I asked Vargo.
I can create up to 4.
Make sure you bring one for yourself in case I will have to cast light for myself. Then
Alright.
yours will disappear.
Alright.
Mhm. So how many are you making?
I'm making 4.
4 of them. Okay.
Useful for perception, anyways.
Yeah. Alright, what's the plan?
Going down.
Dustin will go first if no one objects. And he's going to be chanting. I still believe the conclusion that we got to in the keep, which was that it was two parts of a name. So the name must be Brennan Tiggerhand and not Brennan Property of Tiggerhand. Because that was the agreement we made at the keep, or not the keep, at the tower. I know that there was some dispute about it when we got to the keep. But he's going to stick with that one.
So
Because that
Dustin
was
is
the
going
one.
to go first and just slide down the rope, and you're going to say,
Brennan Tiggerhand all the way down.
okay,
Like a chump, basically, yeah.
I need you to roll either a dex, an athletics check for me as you're going down the rope with a DC of 8, please.
Oh, not even acrobatics. Oh,
Or
shit.
acrobatics. Or acrobatics.
Thank you. That helps a little bit.
So, as you do, you look up into the sky, praying to whatever Tabaxi gods are watching you, and you step off the edge into the darkness. You slide down. How are you sliding down?
Both paws on the footwork and then the rope around his waist so he can sort of like glide himself down, if that makes sense.
So you're going to try and abseil in a way.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know that word.
As you're sort of shimmying down, abseiling, you let go and you grab after like a 10-foot drop, a 10-foot drop. Your back rides a little bit against the back of the stonework. Your feet, as they're going down, you notice the stonework is flush. There are no bits sticking out. There don't seem to be any handholds. It seems like someone has actually plastered over all of the stonework to make this the smoothest descent possible. And as you do, you drop down and you say, what phrase?
Pernan Tiggerhand. Pernan Tiggerhand.
You drop 50 feet. You drop 60 feet. By this stage, you know that you are probably down past to the second floor. You drop.
Question: am I right behind him, or am I on top?
I don't think anyone is behind me.
No one else has dropped yet.
I think everyone is just standing around waiting to see what happens if they hear some kind of agonized scream.
As you
Oh boy.
I'm standing there. Is he saying permanent Tiggerhand and not property of Tiggerhand?
Correct.
That's what I say upstairs.
Okay. Dustin, as you fly past the 70 feet mark, you're counting off the seconds. You all of a sudden see the edge of the rope, the rotted rope, in front of you. And from the glance that you get, below the 70-foot mark, there's no more additional rope on there. It just seems to have been cut off by something. You carry on going down.
Yeah. If there's something on that down here, both Dustin sort of like convinces himself again that the weapon is for smashing undead, and if there is something down here that's undead, that's what we're gonna do.
You shoot down past 80 feet, and then you hear what sounds a little bit like stone grinding on stonework. As you shimmy down the full 150 feet right to the bottom, you land on something crunchy. It's pitch black down here. There's barely enough space for you to stand with your elbows out. A medium-sized human can just about make this down and turn around in a circle. You wait. You have dark vision, don't you?
I have dark vision, but I also have torches with me. And at this point, the risk of looking around in such a narrow space, even with dark vision, is a little sort of like dangerous. So he's probably going to light a torch.
Okay. It is not possible to pull a torch out, to bend over and strike flint and steel to light the torch. It is too narrow.
Oh shit! Okay, well then there's nothing I can do.
You wait. Your dark vision is kicked in, and you can literally see 2 inches in front of you. There's stone all around, and as you are feeling your way around and looking at the pale blue cold stone, you notice just at about hip height towards the west there is a gap. If you crouch on all fours, you can crawl through what seems to be the exit to the tunnel. But as you look down, you notice it would be a lot deeper if it weren't for 3 feet deep worth of bones and skeletons and bodies that have decayed and fallen into the base over here. You are literally crouching on a pile of dead and composed dead bodies. You slowly crawl forward as some of the bones roll out in front of you, and your head pops out and you look ahead. As you look in front of you, from your knees crawling forward through the remaining 3 foot high opening, the chimney that you've been opens into a corridor that stretches ahead to the extent of your dark vision, 50 feet ahead. The corridor itself is just about 10 feet wide. Alcoves and statues line either side intermittently. And from where you stand, you can see the edges of great big stone coffins within the alcoves. And sitting at the foot of each coffin are various treasures. Trinkets, goblets, coins, statuettes, cups. At the far side of the room, you can see what looks like a body, a skeletal body lying slumped over a large pile of treasure. You're still on all fours as you're looking forward. What do you do?
This cat is both dead and alive.
There's no real room to go back and signal the others. And the first thing that comes into Dustin's mind is obviously, oh, treasure. But at the same time, he's like, wait a second. If there's a corpse on top of the gold pieces that has been added afterwards, so there is something in here. And he trusts Jelena enough to know that there is something undead in here, but he's not quite sure what it is. So, is there a way that he can... where he is right now, that's the eastern end of this, right? Or is it the... Thank you. And he cannot stand up here, right?
What do you mean stand up where? You've basically you've fallen into this little area over there.
Yeah.
And you've
And he
crawled.
wants to stand up and sort of like... he really wants to light the torch if it's all possible and stand up.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? It's been about almost 5 minutes as you've seen Dusted slowly disappear and descend into the darkness ahead.
Do you think we should go down after him? Or one of us, actually. I feel like if he died, we would have heard him screaming.
I agree.
Bargo will throw down the pebbles, at least 2 of them, down to the well.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone has an special interest in going second?
I could go. If there is undead, maybe I can at least find where it is exactly so we don't walk into it.
Good point. Here, I will hold the rope for you.
Thank you.
Yelena, I need you to make a athletics or acrobatics check for me, please. As you descend the rope.
Oh, acrobatics is better.
Jeez, like another 19. Okay.
Should chant the same thing as Dusted Coal, which I think was Pernin Hand.
Okay. You said.
The first word I'm not entirely sure. I can't quite remember the name.
Uh-oh.
It's Vernon.
Vernon. Oh, sorry. I had the.
It is Pernin, I think.
P.
Pernan.
Yeah.
P-E-R.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Pernan Tigger Hat.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so you grab the rope and you drop and you abseil down. Um, as you're looking down below, you know that the little gems give off some light at the bottom, but they just appear to be a little speck of light underneath. And Dusted, after you manage to crawl out and you stand up, you're looking about, feeling for a torch. Boom! All of a sudden, this little speck of light drops. You hear it crashing into the skeleton pile of bones beneath the chimney at the bottom base, and it gives off a little bit of light, natural light, into the room that you're in, almost breaking your dark vision. Okay, Yelena, you make your way down the rope, slowly but surely. Actually, I lie. You got a 1922 for acrobatics, so you just grab the rope.
Cartwheeling down.
Yep. You grab the rope, you dive forward, and as you do, you wrap your one arm forward down, and your ankles cross them over. Without even stopping, you just bolt face first right down the 50-foot rope, Navy SEAL style. Using your boots to slow your descent as you hit the 70-foot mark, saying the phrase,
Pernan Tigger Hat.
what was the first word?
Oh my god. Wait,
Is it a P or is it a V?
god damn it, I keep confusing myself. Pernan. Sorry.
You fly through the 70-foot barrier. Nothing seems to happen, and as you flash past 70 feet, you notice the frayed rope, the rotting one, cut off at the 70-foot mark. Flying down, and you see this little gem growing, and as you do, you notice that you're heading straight for a pile of bones. Crossing your ankles tighter, you manage to slow your descent and pull yourself up. Just as you start to crash into the bones, you slow yourself down, no problem, lightly stepping off the rope. And you notice about 3-foot high gap at your ankles where you could crawl through a little space into a chamber beyond. You're currently there, in the middle.
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to think how she could signal with the stones, but she probably wouldn't know. She'd probably like cover them up and then uncover them a couple of times before moving
Okay.
through the hole to get out of the way.
Vargo, what's your perception? Passive?
Passive perception, it is 13.
13. Yeah, that's high enough. You manage to see like a little flicker of the lights below, almost like someone would be giving you Morse code if you knew what that was.
I think that they are good, I say to the others.
Alright. Should we follow suit? If there's something down there that could pose danger, it might be best that we're all there.
Yeah, I agree.
What order are you going down in?
I'll go down next.
And after Valrus is?
So,
Vargo, are you going after Valrus?
alright.
And
Or
Lunan?
after Lunan, I don't care.
Okay, so it's gonna be Valrus, Lunan, then Vargo, yeah? And then the Zaka and Ponti.
Yep.
Okay. Right. In the meantime, Dusted, what are you doing down there? Oh, sorry.
Dustin is trying to do a head count. Ironically, he is trying to walk forward,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that he would notice. I think that this is an open. This one is open. The sarcophagus or whatever it is.
So are you going to have a look around?
He's just gonna take a look around. He's not touching anything because really sort of arms into his side as much as possible. Still sort of fearing that there's some undead down here, but he's sort of learned that not touch everything that glitters is maybe not a good touching thing that glitters is probably not a good idea. So he's just looking around and taking in the room as it is.
Okay, I would like you to make a perception check for me, please.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Right.
7.
You start moving slowly forward, and you hear some bone movement behind you as Yelena pops out through the back. As you turn around and stand and listen, you can hear dripping water echoing throughout the room. Yelena, you can hear it too. The air down here is stale and thick. As you breathe in, you can taste acidic notes on your tongue. The smell of old, rotting corpses hangs lazily in the air. And as you make your way through, Yelena, and you stand up looking around, Dusted turns around to look at you. You notice, Yelena, you've got dark vision, don't you?
Yeah.
The skeleton lying on top of the gold at the back of the chamber starts to move. It rolls off the pile of loot, and as it does, it stands up in one fluid motion, has already got a bow and arrow drawn, knocked, and he lets go of his skeletal hand as the bow fires towards Dusted Coal.
With advantage because it's hidden from me.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh
All
my
right,
god.
I'm just gonna ride with advantage for the skeleton somewhere.
Oh boy.
As the skeleton rolls off.
Oh, all right. Curiosity killed the cat or something.
Curiosity indeed. Right, when we'll pick up in 2 weeks' time. So, thank you everyone for joining and for watching. Yeah, join us with another big battle.